Hey, y'all. What's going on? Hey, everybody. welcome in, everybody. Everybody's still coming in. Welcome back Sunday night, y'all. Real Queens, Real Talk. We are your fabulous panel of hosts here. Auntie Momo, of course. I'm joined with everybody's favorite little brother, Mr. Mizzle14. Shout out to Mizzle14. Y'all make sure if y'all not subscribed to his channel that you do that. Everybody's brother that's going to tell it like it is, whether the fuck you want to hear it or not. Sir Neil Hurston, bitch. Okay. His information is in the description box where you can find his music. Check him out. He's got a new song out, Black as Ever, Ever, Ever. Y'all go check that out. And joining us tonight is Miss Tracy Chapel. She's normally in the chat, y'all. Y'all don't know, but Tracy is one of the behind the scenes secret weapon that we have, you know, but she is joining us on our panel tonight. She's going to be standing in for baby sis. Both baby sisters will be able to make it tonight, as well as Sunshine won't be here tonight, but Miss 42 is on the way. She says she will be here shortly. But welcome, everybody. How's everybody's Sunday been so far? Hopefully it's been good.
It's been good.
Productive. Very good.
Tracy, we thank you for joining us this Sunday. You could have been doing anything else, but you decided to be here with us. And a little shameless plug, y'all, the shirt I'm wearing, Tracy made.
Oh, you mean I could have been in the chat, like, just wrenching people?
That's just cute.
Knocking people out. I like my favorite
you know, classy with a side of what? With a side of hood. You know what I'm saying? Classy with a side of hood. I'm holy enough to pray on for you. Yet hood enough to swing on you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. Tracy, do you still have your Etsy that you do, Tracy, or do you do special requests or anything like that?
I do. Yep.
She does it all, y'all. So you want shirts made, you want different things made, holla at Tracy, y'all. She got you. I'm gonna drop her information down in the description box below. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Make sure you thumbs it up as you come in here. We got Miss Vanity in the building, Stina, Dominique, of course, Miss Renee. Miss Renee, every sister, everybody love that damn Renee child. If you ain't getting no loving on by Renee, I feel sorry for you. Okay.
You might be doing something wrong.
Okay, something wrong. If Renee ain't loving on you, something wrong with you. Okay, Renee love everybody. Okay. Who else we got up in here? I seen Black Diamonds World. She up in here. You know Black Diamonds World gonna be in the building, of course.
Yes, Nick says.
This Black Diamonds World came home from the hospital on Wednesday, y'all.
Yes.
Prayers to my big sister. Yes. She is doing amazing, y'all. Yes, she came home last week, Wednesday. She goes for a follow-up appointment tomorrow, but she's doing good, y'all. Like I said, as long as she's doing this, talking, child, she's fine. She is too good. Sending you hugs back, Miss Joyce. Let me see. We said what's up to everybody. Yeah, we said what's up to everybody. All right, y'all. I don't want to hold y'all up because we got a lot that we're going to be talking about tonight. A couple of things for the news updates we got going on. Gorilla Glue, the update, upcoming versus battles, as well as the Maryland carjacking that involved two young girls. Our main show topics for tonight will be Bagel Karen and her response from her husband. RazB was involved in a domestic situation. Also, there was prayers going out to Colorado, as well as we're going to get into Tammy and Zoie. They exchanged some words over Waka Flocka. It was really stupid. And tonight's Real Talk main topic, we're going to get into, it's going to focus around Derrick Jaxn. We're going to get all up in this thing, y'all. We're going to focus on infidelity, okay? Him being such a stand-up guy, as I would say, I can honestly say he had me fooled. He had a lot of women fooled. And for him to do the things that he did, how do you come back from that? How do we forgive and forget as it pertains to fidelity? Or can you forgive and forget depending on what the circumstances are and, you know, different things like that? We're going to get all up into those different topics tonight. But first off, mental health check-in. Is everybody doing all right?
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
How is everybody's week?
Maintaining.
It's fast.
First of all, they need to give me my stimulus, they need to give me my tax return, and I'll be all right. How about that?
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Who house do I gotta go roll up on and get my goddamn stimmy? That's all I'm saying. I still ain't got my stimmy, and I ain't did nothing to nobody.
Applied my taxes way before. Okay, way before. What am I waiting for? What am I waiting for?
What am I waiting for? You waiting for what everybody else got there. I'm still waiting on my doggone stimmy too, so don't even feel bad. You're not the only one.
Thank God for a basic income, though. You know what I'm saying? I feel sorry for everybody that doesn't have that, that's waiting on the stimulus, because it's a long string right now. Thank God for just having a basic, you know what I'm saying, job in this atmosphere.
Pray to God.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully if it ain't coming, hold on to faith. That's all I can say with
that one.
You know what I'm saying? I can't give you no encouraging words. My shit ain't here neither. So we both gonna be holding on to faith when it comes to that goddamn shit there. But moving right along, y'all. The first thing that we're gonna get into tonight are quick little news updates. Let me make sure I share my audio. All right, congratulations are in order for Gorilla Glue Girl, Miss Tessica Brown.
What is this picture?
She's pregnant.
She is?
Congratulations are in order. She is pregnant with her fiance's child. Y'all, she was able to make a killing off of this whole thing here. Welcome, Miss 42. Y'all, Miss 42 is in the building.
Hello, everybody.
Looking just as beautiful as she want to goddamn look.
Oh, thank you. I tried.
We actually just got into tonight's topic, and well, not tonight's topics, our news updates. First of all, I want to give a congratulations to Tessica Brown because she is pregnant, Miss Gorilla Glue Girl. I don't feel like, since we tore her down so much and we talked so bad about her, I feel like we need to uplift her a little bit and give her a little bit. Congratulations, Sir Neil. Don't make that damn face. Don't make that face, Sir Neil. I synced your ass, okay? I synced you all up and through the goddamn matrix of the computer. You like this shit here. Speak your mind. What you gotta say? What you gotta say, Sir Neil? What you gotta say?
Okay, I know a girl up the street that got pregnant, but it ain't make the news. You know what I'm saying? Only reason she's here is because
She
of the
wasn't
glue.
smart enough to put Gorilla Glue on her
trying to make
hair.
her
That's
a
the only
celebrity.
difference.
They're trying
She
to make her
was.
a celebrity. They're pushing her on us. Let's make this girl famous. Everything she's doing, where she's shit, who her husband is, now her baby. It's completely asinine to me, and I think it brings her IQ down just a little bit as a United States of America.
But why though? I mean, she came back from that. You don't think she can come back from that?
I don't. She can come back from it, but she doesn't need to be made a celebrity. We don't need to hear that she's pregnant, that she has an extra pinky toe. We don't need to know that she's eating fried chicken for dinner. We don't need to know
Not an
these
extra pinky toe.
I know that extra pinky toe.
She survived the Gorilla Glue, and she survived that. That was a moment in time. We don't need to make her a celebrity for nothing.
I understand.
I understand, Sir Neil. I understand. So Neil says to hell with it.
They're famous now, so.
Yes,
Yeah,
Dominique,
like
she
I
does
said.
have kids. I believe this is her first child with her fiance. But yes, she does have kids. I don't know what number this is because wasn't it one of the kids was gone in her car. That's the whole reason why her ass put Gorilla Glue on her hair in the first place, because one of the kids was gone in the damn car and she had somewhere to go.
So they older kids.
We give her a blessing because she's a woman of a certain age that is having a baby. And fertility in women, in her age range, fertility is, hit or miss. So that's a blessing right there.
Would we know about her child if she hadn't did the Gorilla Glue stunt? We wouldn't even know.
9? Are you serious, Dominique? This is her 9th baby.
A 9th kid? Oh.
What?
Oh God.
Wait, can somebody Google that? What? I need proof.
Somebody Google that. Oh, that can't be for real, child.
Wow.
What is we teaching these kids?
Wow.
Lord have mercy.
Because when they said she was 40, I was like, that was the whole thing. They're like, being 40 years old, you should know better, than to do something like that. And that's why I was just saying, give her a blessing to be able to be fertile enough at her age. That's a blessing. Look at Tracy. Deep breath. Deep breath, Tracy.
Tracy, speak your mind, Tracy. Speak
Ain't no way in
Tracy,
hell.
deep breath. Tracy, deep breath.
Show your hand for them.
They say God bless children and fools, so apparently we got both all together. I don't know what to tell her. Please go on by her business. Yeah, she apparently glued her hair, didn't glue her vaginal hair. She got pregnant. Good for her. I appreciate you. I don't need to see you not there, other, not no more. Because if you come out and put Gorilla Glue t-shirts on your baby, because I seen that you be a crafting lady, you be making bows and all that. If she make this baby a Gorilla Glue t-shirt, I'm gonna find her and I'm gonna karate chop her in her throat.
She is. It's gonna be.
I'm gonna find her.
She already, if not, she's already making a killing off of Gorilla Glue as it is, and she's going to continue to make a killing off of Gorilla Glue. She done already did it. Dominique says it's her 8th or 9th baby.
Let's take bets. Who's going to pick up her reality TV? I say WeTV. I got 5 on WeTV.
VH1.
That is Zeus all day. Nah, that's Zeus Network.
You say VH1.
She just screams.
Oh no, Zeus.
Yeah.
She screams Zeus.
That's
I say
Zeus.
WeTV. What you got, 42?
Zeus.
Yeah.
Zeus.
That's some low budget ass shit.
Television.
Okay.
We're gonna testify on that right doggone now.
So that's 5, 10, 15. Wow, $15. I'll go for the 20.
All right, y'all. Moving right along to the next update that we have. The versus battles are coming up, y'all. The next versus battle is going to be next week, Sunday, and it's going to be the Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire, y'all. If that ain't a Sunday treat right there, baby. I look here. I love y'all and all of that, but I might have to stream live as that's playing or something. But I just don't know.
I think we should have a party. I think we should have a party.
Okay, come on now for Earth, Wind, and Fire, and then
Yeah,
after that it's gonna be now
SWV and motherfucking Escape.
SWV and Escape. Redman and Method Man is doing the 421.
Yeah, we should have a party.
Yeah, we should.
On the 4th.
Yes. Baby, when I tell you I'm finna be in here like somebody's old drunk auntie for real next week Sunday, singing Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers, and ain't nobody gonna be able to tell me shit. I'm telling you.
Well, they better get this technological stuff ready and good. Because after music, better do this time. Don't mess it up. Not for the old.
Don't mess. Thank you. And you know, Teddy Riley and Babyface are actually going to be doing a rematch.
No, they need to.
Yes, they're going to be doing a rematch. So I am going to I would need the niggas to be in the same place though, so that way we ain't having all this technical background shit that they had going on.
A little leeway. It was when the verses was kind of new. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have technology, so they're OGs. That's why they're doing it over. They want their respect. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
I ain't mad at them.
It was still new.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Babyface was ready. He had his guitar. He was singing. Babyface said, "I don't need none of y'all. Just show up for me, honey, and I'll make sure to do what I need to do." Teddy Babyface was ready. Babyface said, "Let me pull out this guitar right here and strum for you, ho." And but my mom already said. She said, "Come over and put that over on the TV because I need to see that big." I was like, "Okay." So I'm going over there
you put it on her TV. Y'all want a verses? Oh, I'm gonna show you how to get the bitches up in here. Babyface came ready.
Yeah.
With his guitar.
Girl, I would like Babyface to do like how he got D'Angelo doing it. Like all D'Angelo his songs.
That would be good.
Everybody came out
yes.
on verse. If Babyface did that, everybody out, Babyface would bring everybody out. So it should be a Babyface featuring his friends for the verses, like D'Angelo.
Yes,
did.
doing all
and
the remixes and shit. Yes,
everybody.
Yes, Vanity and Babyface will still win, and that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. Okay.
If they do
Mary
individual Babyfaces, can I just get Mary J. Blige? Because she said she
Mary J. Blige said she's not gonna do it.
Exactly.
I don't want her to do a versus.
No,
she don't do a versus.
It's just gonna be her by herself. Listen,
that's how it should be.
Old, cracked out, drugged up, beat up. I know that's bad to say, but I need that Mary. I need what's the 411. I need that Mary.
What's
I need
the 411?
Casey and JoJo beating it down on drugs, Mary. I need that Mary. Yes, baby. Bring that Mary.
My life was good too. My life was probably my favorite.
My life was like the soundtrack to my life for a little while, baby. Every song in my life I done lived that was just like
see,
that damn Mary, honey.
But we gonna cross our fingers on that. But like I said, next week Sunday, y'all, we gonna have to get together behind the scenes and figure out how we're gonna do this because we got to have a party. Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire. Come on now. We get up. When we was kids, we would wake up on Saturday and Sunday mornings and clean up the damn house to that damn shit. But we want to or not. We had no choice.
Every time I smell Pine Sol, I think Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers.
Girl, when I smell Pine Sol, yes, Pine Sol of bacon reminds me of getting up as a child and cleaning up Pine Sol and bacon, baby.
Mine is the old English furniture polish because my mom used to say you need to polish all of this, all of that.
Windex, that's throwback.
See, told you.
Murphy's also for the floor. All that.
And get it right.
Vacuum. When I heard the vacuum on Saturday morning, I was like, "Yo, I need to fuck up."
Hold on, y'all. My bad. See, this next story is like ready to doggone go.
Okay, let's go. Who he in? Who is it? Let's bring it up.
My bad, y'all. Hold on.
Is it Derrick?
Hold on. It was there. It was uploaded and ready to go, child. Let me pull it back up. But the next story, hold on. Let me pull that up. That we're gonna get into, y'all. was in Fort Washington, Maryland. Did y'all hear about that? The carjacking, this 13 and this 15-year-old girl did this carjacking.
I was sad.
Did you hear about that?
I heard about it.
It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
It was very, 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 very sad. Where is it at? I don't want to show the video. That's what I don't want to see, because if you click on it, yeah, I don't want to.
They said it was bad.
It was very bad. So let me make sure that I find a good video that's not going to show the actual footage itself.
I just think a lot of people are in desperate times.
Well, I just read the story, so I didn't see the photo.
A 13 and a 15-year-old girl from Fort Washington, Maryland, are being charged with felony murder for the killing. It's felony murder and armed carjacking from Mohammed Anwar. He's from Pakistan. He was a father, a husband, grandfather, a brother, and an uncle. Everybody said that he was hardworking. He will dearly be missed. He was loved by many, many people. And they started a GoFundMe for his family to help pay for the funeral. And within 6 hours, they raised $36,000 for him.
Wow.
It was very, very, very sad. I think I have it up right here. Let me share the screen with y'all.
Hey, Cola Boo. Cola.
In the building.
Cola.
Okay, y'all, let me share this with you guys.
Loss of the Springfield, Virginia man who died after this carjacking yesterday near Nats Park. The victim has been identified as 66-year-old Mohammed Anwar. 2 teenage girls now facing a slew of charges, including felony murder and armed carjacking. News 4's Corey Smith spoke with Anwar's family and a witness who captured the final moments of the violent confrontation.
Cell phone video taken high above in Street Southeast shows the immediate aftermath of the crash. The blurred, motionless figure at the top of your screen is Mohammed Anwar. Police say he was in the 1200 block of...
Now, hold on. Let me pause it for a minute. Did y'all see the girl that had on that pink jacket that was reaching out? Do you know what she was asking for? She was like, y'all, my phone is still in that car.
Shut up.
You just killed this man. And what you have to say is, wait a minute, my phone is still in that car. Yes, but let me finish a minute. Yep.
Southeast Tuesday afternoon when 2 teenage girls armed with a taser carjacked him. A witness told News 4 Anwar struggled with the teens before his gray sedan crashed into a parked car and flipped over on its side. The 66-year-old died at the hospital. A statement from Anwar's family to News 4 says they're, quote, devastated by this senseless crime. Mohammed Anwar was the father, a grandfather, a husband, a brother, and uncle, beloved by many here in the U.S. and in Pakistan. The loss for his family is immeasurable. The same video shows National Guard troops who were in the area pull the 2 girls.
You see the girl in the orange jacket? She's like, oh, I need my phone.
Felony murder and armed carjacking. Today, they made their first appearance in juvenile court.
As far as the kids go, I just think that's really disturbing.
Due to safety concerns, we won't use this man's real name, but he lives nearby and captured the end of the violent ordeal. Just the latest carjacking reported in D.C.
Well, it seems like lately people are getting more aggressive. They're starting to get out of their places and have this pent-up energy from the last year.
I'm not going to finish playing the rest of it, y'all, but that was very, very horrible. A 13 and a 15-year-old girl armed with a taser go and try to steal this man's car. Y'all, what are y'all thoughts on that?
I think people are in desperate times. And just like the man ended in that video, or you ended, he said the same thing. People are coming out of quarantine. People are suffering. And that's at the wit's end right there. For someone to commit a brazen crime like that, you don't even have a real gun. You have a stun gun. That is at your wit's end. And the whole detachment, where's my phone? My phone. After you just killed a man, your life is over and you're looking for your phone. Mm-hmm. The whole detachment, there was no sensory, there was no empathy there. It was completely like, these are the times. And I hate saying that, like, these are the times, but shit, these are the motherfucking times. Shit.
It's cliche, but it's very true. That's what's sad.
Yeah. It is ridiculous. And like I said, yeah, something to say, it's a time. I mean, when pandemic hit, everybody just acting a fool. It's acting a fool. You can't really vacation anymore. You can't really do this. People's going out of crazy shooting things. I think it's like relax. I mean, I understand a lot of things happening because the economic burning and then staying home and not doing much of anything, and it's messing people's mind, and they're not used to what things going on. But a lot of teenagers just committing these crimes. Like, what is going on at home that they just have to keep going out and doing these things? It's like I thought y'all was talking about the kidnapped of the young boy kidnapped a child that was in a car and ran with the car, and they realized it was a baby in there and they took it back. I was like, it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's just sad. And then yes, these girls, they don't think about things till after it's done, and now they're gonna realize their life is basically almost over, and then we live in the system. And what more we need to put our young African American females or in the jail system? We don't need that. So it's sad.
It's very, very sad.
No, be right. But that's why kids got parents, right? So that somebody is telling them right from wrong. Clearly somebody didn't know where their kids were.
Oh,
And
come
to be
on now.
honest with you, I don't know if I'm super surprised that she was looking for her phone. I mean, she's 15 years old, of course. That's what she was looking for. It's unfortunate because those two kids are still so young that they don't understand the gravity of what they've done
What they've
and
done,
what it's going to mean
absolutely.
for the rest of their life. All we can hope for at this point is that they don't get charged as adults, because truthfully, I personally don't think that they're capable of understanding what happened on an adult level. So they may not even be charged as an adult. The fact that she was asking for her phone says a whole lot.
That's a whole lot.
It says a whole lot. It
But
says
you
a
think
whole
you
lot.
go get
They
your phone and
drugged
they
that
go home?
man. They
Yes.
drugged that man, and I think they knew that. I'm almost positive they were aware that the man was still attached to the
He
vehicle.
was, like I said, I'm not going to show the video because it is very graphic, but he is trying to fight them out of the car. There's one girl in the passenger seat, another girl in the driver's seat, and he is hanging out in the driver's side like he's trying to get in the car, and he's like fighting them. And you can hear one of the girls saying, just drive off, just kick him out, just drive off. And I'm thinking that must have been the girl that was in the passenger side. Then you can hear the car switch gears, and then it just takes off. And what made me cringe was, like I said, not only is the door open, he's halfway out. It hits two big old boulders as it's taking off. So I wouldn't have been surprised if he died from that first impact because it hit him so hard. And then you hear it was two big ass boulders. So he got hit twice, slammed in between the door, and then they crashed and they hit something else, and then it flipped. And it's just, yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah,
kids. Happened in New York this past week with the Asian lady. When someone rolled up and stole her car, and she tried to do the same thing, but it wasn't as catastrophic, but it was the same thing. People are careless. They don't care if you are struggling with anything. But I'm going to say this to anybody out there. Let them take whatever they want to take, because your life is more important than what's ever in that purse, that wallet, or whatever in that car. Let that go, because they're a criminal and it's going to catch up to them. Your life is way more. So just let it go. Don't hold on to anything. Don't be dragged down the street because your kids need to see you, your family, everybody needs to see you. So don't fight. Just let the idiot take it and run on. You want the purse, nigga, take it. I don't give a fuck if it's Louis, if it's H&M, or it's from the Dollar Tree. Let that shit go, and you can get everything back.
You know, I would say this pandemic has just intensified the need for mental health professionals.
Absolutely.
Therapy.
I agree.
Like, there clearly is too many undiagnosed issues that people are not dealing with. But I disagree. They should be charged as adults. They should be charged as adults if they knew enough to tell them, oh, well, just drive off. Kick them out the car. Just if you knew enough to say all that, you knew enough to know what you were doing was wrong. But then again, I also believe that their parents need to be charged. They're minors. You are responsible for what those children do. So you weren't parenting very well. You allow them to go and do whatever they want to do. Lock them up too. I bet you they'll take on a whole new approach to parenting then. At some point, the responsibility lies with the person, and also with the parent. My mom always told me, "Oh, if your child do something wrong, I blame the mama because that's who taught it to him, or the daddy, whoever's raising him. Whoever's raising him is the person I blame because this is who you raise in the manner in which you raise them to believe whatever it is that they gonna believe. They came out of your house, so minors.
At 13 and 15,
the same
at
way.
13 and 15, I might
hit the kid.
Say it again.
Mm-hmm.
Say it again, Chanel. What you say? Oh, he's stuck.
I said at 13 and 15, they're still in a. Are we in a delay?
No,
it looks like. Okay, I think he might be on a little delay.
Okay. All right. No, I was saying at 13 and 15, they're still children. You know what I'm saying? So I may have a little bit leniency, but what they did was still callous. So I have to think at their mindset. They're not developed. So if they was like 16, 17, then you close to being an adult. But 13, 15, they still child as fuck. So you know.
I would say that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But at 13, you don't know that stealing is wrong. At 15, you don't know that crashing someone into a rock is wrong.
I think you know it.
At 13 or 15, you can say, "Oh, they didn't know." But that's the thing. All right, there's a difference between, "Oh, I stole some candy from a store," or "I stole this outfit," or something that is not or putting someone else's life in danger. It is a very different cry between this and then taking someone's life. Like those two are very drastic differences. Robbing someone is one thing. If I rob you and you if I rob you and you still breathing, yeah, I took your stuff and I should be held accountable because I robbed you as a minor because nothing, tragic happened. But at a certain age, it turns into when you do something to. But that's no different. There's multiple kids who look like this, who have killed people who look like this, and they get probation. And that doesn't sit right. So I can't say it sit right when their kids look like this. I feel that they should get that same level of punishment. Although, yeah, they're probably going to get a lighter sentence because they're minors, but they need to have more representation that this is what you did is the most severe thing you could have possibly done. It caused the most severe amount of damage, and not just say, "Oh, you're a minor. Your brain wasn't developed. You'll learn better."
I don't
know, because there are plenty of them who don't, and then get out and do worse, and it just continues. And I don't want to have to deal with y'all in 5 years. Like, not to be funny, like I don't want to have to deal with that. Like, I blame the mama.
I don't feel like. But you know what? Now we've seen Beyond Scared Straight and all that before, where these parents have tried everything that they can, and some of these kids will still make their own decisions. So I don't necessarily feel like it's necessarily the parents' fault, because some parents will, hell, my mama tried teaching me certain things, and although she raised me to know right from wrong, me as a child or me as a minor, I still had to get out there and I had to learn and I had to make my own mistakes. Now, they do need to be punished for what they did, because I agree with Vanity. They plotted and they planned that. You took a stun gun, you know what you were going to do, and you had a plot and a plan to steal something, whether it was a car, whether it was a Snickers from the store. You had a plot and a plan to steal something. However, I do not feel that they need to spend the rest of their lives in jail for murder. Now, getting maybe 20, 25 years or something like that, yes, I think that is absolutely.
I would say 5 to 10. 5 to 10.
Right, no amount of time is going to bring back the person that was murdered, but you still, they still need to be held accountable for what they did. But
listen, who goes to rob somebody with a stun gun? Somebody that's less than smart.
But listen, so a lot of these, when they go to jail, they're not going to be reformed. They're not going to be taught that they're not going to be trained on, basically, they're not going to learn the skills that they need to learn. So once they do get out of prison, they won't make those same mistakes. They're not going to be informed. You know what I mean? They're just going to be in there with a bunch of other females that's like, well, hell, you're gonna have to do this and shit like that. You know what I mean? That's why I don't, because the
That's
channels
fuck
are
right there.
filled with people that don't necessarily need to be there as it is. And I just feel like that, like you said, they're 13 and they're 15. They still have their lives ahead of them. It's not gonna be what they planned it to be. But I don't feel like it's fair that they need to spend the rest of their lives in prison either. What they did was fucked up. They do need to spend at least 25, 20,
Yeah, they do need to get some type of punishment, but for the rest of their life, you know, people change, things change. You know, I think about you know how many times I've hit myself in the forehead remembering something I did when I was 15?
Yeah.
Like, what was you thinking? Now that I'm over 40, I'm like, oh, I wish I can change that, which is also why I have good conversations with my daughter,
Yeah.
hoping that she won't do the same thing. My mama did the same thing. I didn't listen. So I ended up making some mistakes that I regret. You know, people change. But I agree, they need some time. They definitely need some time. Absolutely.
Bizzle, did you have any thoughts before we move on?
No, I gotta agree. And what Coda said about the kids being following, yes, a lot of kids will grow up raised in good household, but when they get in a group and peer pressure, and that's the heavy thing. That's sometimes when you get teenager, you get to that age. The home is not just the only influences; it's the school life and the people around you, the friends. So if you're getting around a bad group, they will teach you something. So maybe it's the blind leading the blind. Well, maybe the 15-year-old saying, let's do this, and the 13-year-old following her. And they say, oh, we're going to use the stun gun. And they thought it was going to be a great idea, but then it turned not the way what they thought it was be. And now they freak it out. That's when maybe she said, let me get my phone, because maybe she'll thinking, let me call my mother or something like that. When she getting a word for her phone, like, help.
Don't you call me?
You know, like teenagers would think that I did something messed up. Now I got to call my parents to get me out of it. And
don't you call me?
Yeah, right.
I don't know you. Why? Who is you? Why you calling
me? Again, that shows their level of maturity right there. Like, oh shit, let me call my mama because you done fucked up. You done fucked up.
And mama's fix everything. Mama fix everything. So.
All right, y'all. So moving on to our main topics tonight. First off, what we got on the list? We got Bagel Karen, y'all. Let me share this screen with y'all. So this shit is funny to me. This is funny to me. So let me share that with you. Hold on, before I give you the story. Okay, so Stephanie De Niro of Queens, New York. Now, she was in New York on top of that. I'm like, and now one of these New York bitches got up in her ass. She was at a bagel shop with her 3 mixed kids, and she got into it with the checkout guy at the front desk. She was upset because he refused to serve her because she was not wearing a mask. So she decided, okay, well, I'm going to go off and I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. Now, mind you, she had her 3 mixed children with her, and she claims that she was not wearing a mask because she has medical conditions. Okay. So I'm going to play this little video with y'all, and then we're going to come back with some more commentary.
She said she got medical problem. You don't have to serve her if you don't want to. Yeah.
You can't even see how I'm looking at you, sir. I have sunglasses. You can't even see how I'm looking at you. I have sunglasses.
Yeah, did I guess?
You just said I don't look at you like that. How do you see how I'm looking at you?
Excuse me, can you just serve? If you don't want to serve her, let you go. If you want to serve her, not let you go.
Take her out.
Okay, so, ma'am, hello, ma'am. He's not going to serve you, so please leave.
Why?
No, excuse me. Hello,
that's what he is.
Hello, now you need to go.
That's what he is.
Excuse me, ma'am. Hello, ma'am, you need to go. Let me call the cop because this lady been very disruptive now.
It doesn't no, me that you're not going to serve me.
Are you just calling my nigger? That's what you just said?
I can call him whatever I want.
Oh, yeah. Can we hear that one more time?
Y'all want to hear that one more time? Okay, we
just
can hear
one
that
more. Just one more.
Now, what was shocking to me is that you got the nerve to have your 3 mixed children right there as you were saying this. Your 3 mixed kids right there, right?
I was so confused when I saw that. I was
thoroughly confused. Thoroughly confused.
You just said I don't look at you like that. How do you see
Excuse me, can I just serve? You don't want to serve?
Vanity, she would have got all the smoke, all the fire, all the flames. She would have got all this goddamn heat.
Hello, ma'am. He's not going to serve it, so please leave.
Why?
No, excuse me.
I'm glad it was other people's
Hello, now you need to go.
That's what he is.
Excuse me, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. You need to go. Let me call the cop because this lady been very disruptive now.
It doesn't affect me that you're not going to serve me because you're a bitch.
Are you just calling him a nigger? That's what you just said?
I can call him whatever I want.
Oh my God.
Somebody, please, Lord, have mercy.
That baby ain't no more than 6 months old in that damn car with a stroller.
Is that her?
This is her with
Yes.
a hat on.
You lying.
Oh
Listen,
yes,
I done
that is
jumped
her.
off that counter. Off
That
the
is
counter.
her. We gonna make her famous, y'all. We gonna make her
Wrestling
famous.
style.
Wait, do you have the
Never mind.
video of her husband, right?
Oh yes, I have the video of her husband. We're gonna get into what he says now. He actually lost custody of the kids. He says that he feels like the kids are in danger. And if this ain't enough evidence for him to try to fight and get custody of his kids, I don't know what is.
Is Stephanie racist? I mean, obviously that video came out a few days ago, and she said some really terrible things to the cashier at the bakery.
Said the guy's a black guy. That he's black, so forth and so forth. Hey, like I said, I won't lie. People have text me on my Instagram sites and my social media platform.
Oh, he's
what I
foreign.
see inside of that business place. And if Stephanie Nara conduct
he to Bagel
in a manner like that in 20.
Now I don't know about y'all, but I can't understand shit he's saying.
No, that nigga, he's Trinadian. That nigga's
yeah.
He's Canadian.
But this is what I don't understand. If you have low-key racism in you, how in the hell do you produce 4 kids with a black man? How does that happen? Somebody explain that to me because I don't get it.
That could be why she hates black men.
It is quite common for racists to have babies with us.
Look at her face. Look at her face.
She looks crazy, y'all. Like maybe she looked like she might take medication, and maybe she wasn't on her medication or something to feel that emboldened to speak that way.
And to embarrass her children like that. The two behind her were old enough to understand what was going on. The baby
No, Cola.
more than 6 months years old.
I heard about that, Cola. She actually did an interview where she said she was black.
Yeah,
I
she's
didn't
crazy
see
then.
it, but I heard it. I heard about it.
I done jumped over the counter in WWE full-fledged.
No, I would
jumped on her.
have kept my job. I would have kept my job. I would have kept
jumped on her.
Okay.
Jumped on her. It's a bagel shop. I can find another job. Oh, I gave her exactly what she was looking for. She got exactly what she was looking for. Because you know what? The next time she would have seen anybody who looked like this, she would have got real shook. Like, oh my gosh, I just
triggered.
She
get triggered.
I would have kept that job and called mental distress. I'd have been like I was mental anguish.
Look, this is the thing though. Like, what do y'all think she's teaching her kids? What do you think she's teaching her kids? There was something else that was on the internet. I have to see if I can find it, where she was taking a picture with her kids. It was the day of celebration of some sort of slave trade or something. But she was there with her kids and she was taking pictures. What kind of message is she sending to her kids? And then what will her kids then go to school and get on other kids about?
We have to think about her mind state, where she stands at in her brain. If she's loose in the brain, she could be telling those kids anything in the privacy of their home. She could be making them watching any YouTube or listen to any type of rhetoric if she wants to, because she's loose in the motherfucking brain. But one thing we do know, as we grow up as adolescents, once the kids grow up and they get out that shit, they gonna run out that motherfucking house. They gonna, my mom's crazy, we leaving.
She support Agent Orange. That should tell us all we need to know.
All we need to know, yeah.
All we need to know.
What cartoons does she show her children?
She probably don't care what they watch. I highly doubt she even. They probably running around the house doing whatever the hell they want to do, watching whatever the hell they want to watch, while she's doing something else.
Well, since this has come out, her pages, she used to have 2 pages. Both pages, her IG pages, have been put on private. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of them people that went and spammed her comments, hashtag Black Lives Matter with a bunch of little brown fists. Yes, I did.
You should have followed
the hell out of her last 2 posts, Black Lives Matter, with a bunch of little black fists. I damn sure did. Since then, both of her IG pages have been privated. Hopefully she loses her job. I know this is wrong for me to say, but I don't feel like she needs her kids, because what is she teaching her kids? She's teaching her kids hate.
There's physical abuse and there's mental abuse.
Yes.
That is a form of mental abuse. Putting those children in that situation, that public situation, again, just imagine what she does in the house. She playing Donald Trump rhetoric in the house on loudspeaker, on surround sound. For real, just think about it. What the kids is going through.
Girl probably got your kids eating mayonnaise sandwiches and shit.
And you see her baby daddy
that they making themselves.
He didn't even do
they
the
probably
COVID
making them themselves.
Bissell, did you have something you was gonna say?
I would say this. All right. So first of all, the video. I don't know what store they was in. I said, what store let her go and stay in that line with her mask, no mask on, the pandemic like that, standing waiting there, and everybody talking. I know, score her ass out, call the police, so she got her freaking thing. First of all, my job, you can't come in my building I work in without no mask. You gonna tell you to put it on, or you gotta get caught it out. No, put one on, or we have an extra one behind the desk, and we'll give you one to put it on. It's like you sitting there, and they said, "What's going on?" And now you're talking to this girl. And clearly it's not serving her. So why y'all standing and waiting around recording instead of going out the freaking store? That's like that. She's got medical conditions and not a medical condition. If you do have medical condition, that might have some different masks that you can use and wear. Or freaking stay home and order the bagels to come to your house. People do delivery service. So what you doing?
DoorDash.
The fact that she had these mixed kids is like that. Obviously, I couldn't understand the husband. So maybe she was thinking that she had this mentality. White racist people will have the mentality like biracial kids is good. They got that good mixture of black and white and the good skin and the good looking kids, and so like that. So she might not think that she really care about the black children. She just like that. She having mixed race children, and the fact that she would say that, even though she's racist, and I don't know who this guy is. Maybe the guy I don't know what his background is, but for him, having sex was like, okay, I have sex with this is somebody I came here and whatever. All that stuff, but no conscious man will ever have sex with. No, that lady is a freaking racist and will have 4 kids with her. And I don't know what's the reason why she has full custody of the children, but it's too much. Now you go use these kids. It's like your mom is racist. You go raise you up, and now you go be in the house where you go miss crazy identified. You don't even know what your identity is. And to have that, it's crazy. And it's crazy. Let her go because it's ridiculous and sad that she will have sex with a black man, have 4 kids, and be totally racist. I don't know what's up with this guy. Why the fact he ain't fighting enough to get this girl? Because he knew exactly. He probably knew that she was racist, but he just went on. So I was like, it's too much.
Tracy about to pop, y'all.
Yeah, it's too much. What's the angle? It's like this is too much.
I'm just trying to figure out, was he like on 90 Day Fiance? Like, is this a green card thing? Like, is he just saying, I'm about to stick and move?
I ain't want to go there, but I was
white
thinking,
woman
like,
give me this green card? Because I mean, he sounds very island-ish, very foreign. He's very. I'm not a U.S. citizen, so I ain't gonna stunt too hard so I can get my green card. So you know, my little mixed race babies keep me in here, so I ain't gonna push too hard. I mean, it just seems very, you know.
Fuck the COVID
she went
pass.
over there, got her groove back, and was like,
that baby. He had on a COVID armor, didn't he, Sunil? That nigga had on COVID armor. You can't see me.
Yeah, he tried to show nothing. He was a bad because he knew who she was. It's like that. And he had 4 kids with her. That's stupid.
Cause true that. How would TMZ even know that he was the damn? I just thought about that. How would TMZ even know that nigga who he was when he was like this?
Man, did they do a DNA or something? I don't know. Shit, I'm just.
They know. So I'm gonna keep up with that story there because, like I said, hopefully she done lost her job. If she hasn't already, hopefully she loses her job, and the kids get into a better home because in the home with her, that's not bad. The kids are going to grow up, and if nothing else, even if they don't learn to hate other people, they're going to be taught to hate themselves. Because mom is a part of me that my mama can't accept, or it's a part of me that my mama doesn't like, and that she's always shamed me and condemned me for. You know what I mean? Or if not hate themselves, they may hate their dad, because ain't no telling what she's telling the kids about the dad. Like, oh, he don't love y'all and he didn't want nothing to do with y'all and stuff like that. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, Jesus takes the wheel and they get them kids up out that house, y'all. But moving right along, y'all, we're going to get into RazB, y'all. Now, earlier this week, RazB's ex-girlfriend, what is her name? I forgot her doggone name. Anyways, she went on TikTok. What is her name?
Kaylee Brooks.
Kaylee Brooks is right there, my damn face. Here. She went on TikTok and she did a series of videos where she allegedly, you know, I got to, even though it's the truth, allegedly, claims that he physically and sexually assaulted her. She says that he choked her in a parking lot. There was witnesses that actually called 911. And she puts up photos of a black eye that she has. Now, here's the videos that she did on TikTok. And this is courtesy of the Shade Room, y'all.
That your ex did to you. I'll go first. First, he gave me a black eye, and I told everyone I did it to protect him. Then he strangled me in a parking lot where he said he was going to kill me.
I have an assault that just came in the pending outside the Macy's ramp. A female being assaulted by someone inside the ramp on the ground level. He was strangling her, and the caller couldn't give any information on the description.
And I didn't press charges because I thought it was all my fault. He put a large down payment on a car, apologized, and said he would never do it again. I was afraid of him, and I didn't know how to get away. Until finally, he held me down, had sex with me against my will, impregnated me, put me in the hospital, and I finally had the courage to get away from him. Thing that your ex... I posted it on TikTok because I feel really safe on TikTok to share how I'm feeling. Like, I make videos when I'm happy, when I'm sad. Like, that's what everybody does on TikTok. You can be really honest talking. It's just like a safe space. It's not like Instagram where everyone is trying to say the most witty, clever thing.
Now, being what RazB went through, y'all already know how the saying goes, hurt people, you know? I feel bad for him in the situation because it is public, and I feel like stuff like this sort of overshadows the bigger picture of what he went through. People don't necessarily, their compassion towards you, I guess you could say, is a little bit limited because of what you did, you know, but at the same time, like I said, hurt people, you know what I mean? And I don't feel like it was smart for her to go to social media. I don't understand why these goddamn celebrities, not even celebrities, just people in general, why go to social media to put all of your personal business out there like that for the world to judge? And for you to say that you felt like TikTok was a safe place, TikTok ain't no damn different from Instagram at all. They still gonna talk about you. They still gonna make videos about it. They still gonna have something to say. I feel bad for her. I feel bad for him, and the whole situation. It's just messed up. So I'm gonna start with y'all. Ms. I'm gonna start with you. What are your thoughts on this?
Okay, so I think I heard it's like some of the story in the past. Like it was like RazB had a girlfriend and he allegedly abused her or something like that. Well, we didn't go to the full story, so I guess this is who she is and stuff. But yes, At the time, he was going through his own thing with the group and sexual abuse and everything. He probably never got healed from that. So from him getting a relationship with this girl, and maybe she was a fan or something like he got with, the fact that got in a relationship when his mindset is not fully healed. So he get in a relationship, all the stressors and triggers and stuff like that he was going through, probably took it out on her. And she was probably never the target of his rage, because the person he really wanted to hurt he can't go to right now because his maybe financial means and he got cast out. So it's not right for what he did to this girl, but the mindset, you gotta understand, he just came from a group. He was a celebrity, nationally known boy group who got sexually abused. Nobody really cared for him. They was calling him gay, all that stuff like that. He was not getting the help. His mindset is like it's all over the place. It's emotional abuse. So it could tend to be that people abuse other people because they didn't get the help themselves. So they want to inflict hurt on other people. And it's not right. So this girl, hope she gets help herself too, because it's very troubling that she will go to social media as well. That's what I don't know. People who been abused should not go to public eye like that and stand talk to someone who's privately, because you may get some triggers of people who might not support you. They will come after you hard and say, well, you know what you're doing, dealing with him. And then the fact that she mentioned the video, she took money and took the car and everything because he bribed them with money and stuff like that. People going to say, oh, well, you took money off of them, so why now and everything? Why you want to come out now? So like that. Nothing doesn't make them right. He shouldn't buy her off. And whether or not I want to take no gift from him because you abused me and I'm going to take a gift from you, no, that's what I would do. But at the same time, you got to understand the mindset he was coming from at that time. But it's not right that he did that to her. But I'm glad that she got away and everything. But hopefully they both get the help they need. But her saying she's safe on TikTok, that's not safe. Because once you're really out there, now they share it on the Instagram. Now it's on Twitter. It's on Facebook. Everybody's sharing it out there. And I bet you should believe she's not going to get 100% support for everyone. Somebody's going to keep bashing her. So it's like, it's sad. It's a lot. So he needs the help. Hopefully he don't get through nobody else until he get the exactly help that he needs, because he's still not healed from that. And he should not be in any more relationships if he cannot handle the triggers that is triggering him about this sort and everything. And just hope she get help and not get no more relationships till she help herself and not use social media as a means of effort. Maybe people didn't want to believe. Maybe she going to social media because nobody didn't want to listen to her or didn't believe her what she told her family or to her friends privately, and then she thought she could go out there on social media. So, but hope she get a therapist and everything because it's sad. But they both need the help. So I can't blame both of them, but it's not right that it's like that. But I do feel for her. She should need to get the help.
So Neil, what's your thoughts?
Exactly what Mizzle said. They both need help. Raz need help. All of B2K needs help. Omarion is the only motherfucker surviving who stepped away and actually went and got help. And you see how that actually helped him as a human, as a father, as a artist. They all need help. They need to sit down with a therapist, psychologist, whatever it is. And I see possibly that he may have been abusing her. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's too far fetched. So I don't think she's lying. Being on social media is tacky with that shit. You ain't called the police. You ain't called your brother. You ain't called no preacher. But you go to social media and you put yourself up for the scrutiny. You know, it's kind of tacky. But they all need to sit down and get some mental help or something. You know what I'm saying? To talk it out, because this shit is going to be perpetual throughout their life. B2K is cursed. So it's like an old Disney movie, because they all been through horrible things with allegations from to and fro, wherever you can go from. And this is just another one in the B2K saga. And mental help is what they need. Mental restoration. If I said that right. Yeah, I smoke sativa.
Tracy, what are your thoughts? I didn't know I was in here.
Therapy works. Seek some, get some. Quite helpful. Also, if you are being beaten, threatened, mentally, if you're being abused, call 911. Like Wyclef said, call 911. File a report. Say something. do something, speak out.
Do not get on Instagram.
Instagram.
I was going to say, you know, social media is not necessarily always the place for you to air what has happened, with the exception of if it's currently happening and you're trying to make sure people see what is happening to you in this very moment. You know, you call the police, they on their way, and you go on live to show this joker coming at you with a bat. I mean, I guess I can understand, you know, to have that, like, this is me over here not doing anything. Here's the fool coming near me, you know, kind of deal. But also, she better than me because I got 6 brothers. We'd have jumped him. Period. Point blank.
Come on
period,
now.
Point blank. Like,
baby,
hey, yo, bro.
He'd have caught this smoke a long time ago. Miss Tiffany, Miss 42, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, one time he would have to raise his hand to me. I was very surprised though. I was watching a video. I watched the video, but I hadn't read the caption. And so when I saw him reach for her, she was recording him, and I guess he put his hand out to reach. I was just messed up because I knew that he had some issues, but I've actually even seen some videos of him spazzing out over something. I can't remember what it was, but he was really upset and he seemed off balance a little. But I just did not think that he was doing this. What I'd like to know is, when did this happen? Is she telling us an older story? Like is this part of her healing? Telling us in this manner? Because if it just happened like a month or 2 ago, then I really do have a problem with it being on social media. But to be honest with you, if it's an older story and this is part of her processing it and healing from it, because remember now, she's the one that got hit, not him. Okay. He had his own issues. He had his own issues that he needs to deal with about his own abuse. But this is hers, and she dealt with it. Rather she handled it the way other people would or not, she still is dealing with it. So if this is something that's happened a long time ago and she's just trying to process it, I don't necessarily think I got a problem with her putting it on social media. I feel a little bad for him because he's the subject of it, but again, you know, it's consequences to shit you do. You know, you can't be putting your hands on folks and think that, you know, it's just going to be kept a secret. Sometimes they get out there.
I see what you're saying. Like, he think he got away with something like from the past, but now she's siphoned it through herself, and now she wants to speak about it, even though it may have happened in the past.
And bring it to everybody else's attention, because like I was shocked. I'm sure a lot of people were shocked.
That's okay. I was going to ask that question. What is the purpose of bringing it to social media? Are you wanting to bring it to? Is this your cry for help because you're looking to get out of the situation? Are you putting it out there because you're looking to damage this man's career? Are you
wrong.
Putting it out there like what is the reason? I understand why, you know, some people
was she paid by Chris Stokes? Was she paid by Chris Stokes to come out to counteract what RazB is saying about the child molestation charges?
Yeah, I mean,
so he just her out to fuck up RazB's image.
If it was done to hurt him, then that's wrong.
Absolutely.
That's absolutely wrong. If it was done for her healing, part of her healing process, it was all the way right. And if he happens to be a little bit of a collateral damage, he ain't even collateral damage because he beat that girl. So you cannot. Go ahead.
No, and don't get me wrong. I'm not sticking up for him in no way, shape, form, or matter. I feel like any man that put his hands on a woman needs the shit knocked out of him. I feel like they need the cowboy shit beat out their ass
and
for
they
putting
should
their hands
be
on a woman. I feel like, I mean, to the white meat show, beat that ass. But what I'm saying is putting it out there for the world to see. If you're still in that situation and you're putting it out there as a cry for help, I totally get that. If this happened 2-3 years ago, y'all have not spoke since then, y'all have not communicated or nothing since then, and you put it out, that I don't get. If y'all are still in communication with one another some sort of way and you put it out there, why are you putting it out there. What do you want from this? Because you know you're gonna
It's
get
her testimony.
But
it's her testimony that can help somebody else. You know, it maybe it'll reach a young lady that'll say, yeah, if he put his hands on you and then he put a down payment on the car, this is what can happen to you afterwards. Because that's when she ended up pregnant and in the hospital. So maybe that can help. Every little bit counts, I think.
Yeah, it does. But this is why we deal with a double-edged sword. Just like 42 was saying, what if this is her testimony? She is telling her truth. Like Auntie Mama was saying, what if it's a bunch of bullshit? Because it's the internet. You know how people they'll say anything off of celebrities' name back, you know what I'm saying, to be relevant. It's going to be on reality TV or what, so on and so forth. So it's a double-edged sword. So if she's telling her testimony, we have to believe her and give faith into her. But if she's on that bullshit, what do you expect? Next thing you know,
it's clout chasing, then I take back everything I said. If it's clout chasing, but if she's trying to help herself and other people, I'm all for it. And I'm sorry he's getting exposed. He shouldn't have did it.
I feel Nicole Taylor. I just don't understand why everyone has to live their life online.
Yes.
Some shit.
Yeah. It's the new, I mean, technology is taking over. It is the new way of the world. Most of us are at home, not even going to our office anymore. It's school. A lot of our kids are at home. Mine are still at home. My kids are not back in the building. So it's just the way life is changing. You know, I remember when a long time ago, maybe about 20 years ago, when I first started really working in an office, the employers that I worked for, the attorneys that I worked for, did not have computers in their office. They handed everything to me. Now they're typing and doing all of their stuff. They're producing documents. They're working from home when they used to be against that stuff. I just think technology is taking us into a whole nother. I mean, we socialize and look at us now. What we doing now? You know, it's just changing. It's just changing. Yep. New world order.
New world, absolutely. I'm still waiting on my flying card that they told us about at elementary school. I'm still waiting on my damn flying card. They kiss my ass.
Yeah, right. The Jetsons, honey. Yes.
My damn flying card.
And the mechanical maid. I want the mechanical maid too.
Okay. Mrs. Eisenberg, my third grade teacher that told me I was gonna have a line of flying car, you lying bitch. Where's it at? Shoot.
Yeah, so I don't know what's our angle is. It's like just like the with Kevin put out his thing about his father. What's the angle is? Like what you want out of it. That's what I want to know. Right. What you want out of telling the story about RazB. I mean, we haven't heard from him a while like that, and we haven't heard from you for a while, and we don't know what's the deal. So what's your angle? So like I said, if she want the healing, it's fine, everything, but put it out there. You got to understand, you got to accept the positive.
Good with the bad.
Put stuff out there. Not everyone going to be
Bro, she want redemption, but what redeeming quality are you going to get from a man that has nothing? He's not going to give her. He's trying to fix his own bricks and mortar.
You know what, Sergio? Sometimes it's more about knowing that other people understand where you're coming from. It is really nice when you get that kind of vindication. You might not get the apology from the person that did it, but when you know that it's other people around who say, you know what, I feel you, I get it, you right, fuck him and goodbye type of stuff. When you got that kind of extra support, you know, it means a lot. I know it means a whole lot to me. I don't have any siblings. So to get that love from other people, hell yeah.
Yeah, and also on the flip side, you might get the people who not on your side, because people normalize it.
Right.
Well, girl, he was a celebrity, he was taking bribes, he was taking this. So hopefully she could withstand everything, because she said she put it out there because it's her release and something that she's felt safe about. So hope you're safe enough to know that people will come after your all corners. So you got to be ready to handle that. And if you're not ready to handle that, maybe you shouldn't have put it out there on social media. That's what I'm just saying. You got to be ready to handle it. A lot of things.
Put it on and cut the comments off. That's what you cut the comments off, baby.
Don't do that, right?
Exactly.
You know what?
Do that all the time.
I want to say this real quick. I also do think that for me, I don't like sharing everything online. I think there are some things that I would not discuss. So everybody is their own person. I don't know if I would discuss it. However, I don't like abuse either. And if I felt like that was the only way I was gonna get my vindication, then I might do it. You know, I might do it, expose them, make them look bad. You know, I just hope that I mean, I don't hope that it happened, but I hope that this is not a clout chase moment for her. I really do.
My thought is, does she have a police report to go with this online statement? Like, I just want to know. Does she have a therapy?
Well, this is
the
thing.
note that goes
This
with
is
like self-help.
This is the thing. She did say that when the police were called, that she lied to the police and said she did it herself in order to save him.
Yeah, but that was the black eye part. But then the other. So my thing is, when they called the police to say this is happening to this person because someone else from the outside saw her being this, and they called and said this is what's happening. What did that like? Do you have that police report that says yes, I did say? Like, where is there the whole like, hey, this is happening to me. This is not right. Because even if you make a statement to the police and say this, you can always go back and say, hey, so listen, right? I didn't tell you the truth that time because I was afraid. This is what really happened to me. And they'll then go and document that and go off of that. Because it happens a lot where you're afraid of your abuser. So you go in and you restate what actually happened and give them full transparency, full clarity. Again, I'm in therapy. I've been in therapy for years. I suggest therapy to everybody because it's very helpful. Absolutely. So I haven't heard of that type of healing process that says go to social media and blast your ex. But I mean, it might be out there. I'm gonna have to talk to my therapist because I sure could go ahead. So let me tell you about this time. I sure got one.
A story time, right?
What? I got a whole story time and a half.
Right.
Black people are scared of therapy. I done told all these motherfuckers I went to therapy before.
Right. Therapy is fabulous.
Therapy is amazing. Yes, it is.
My therapist looked like this. I went around till I found a therapist that looked like this. And I went through 4 of them until I found one that I actually was able to relate to. And we've been cool and rocking out ever since. So therapy is great. And it's not just for like, something happened to you. No, it's for growth and being a better person.
Yes,
sometimes
it is.
You having problems in your relationship, you don't always want to go to your mama, your daddy, your brother, your uncle, your cousin, your best friend, because they don't forgive your ex. They don't forgive your husband. They don't forgive your boyfriend. They don't forgive them. And then you never go back and tell them, oh, how y'all made up and what happened. You just act like, oh, yeah, and continue on your life. And then they still sit here mad at this joker from 3 months ago when you told them the story. Yeah, no, you don't go there with that. You don't go to them with that. That's why you go to therapy. You get a sounding board, a good, clear mind who will help you figure out the best move to make, so you don't bring your family in drama. And you ain't like me where you had to, not have a wedding because you couldn't stand half the family and just took the budget and was like, oh, okay, this is a great honeymoon. I refuse to buy alcohol and food for people I don't like. I refuse. The devil is a lie.
We're gonna keep following this story and see what happens with this because, like I said, it's crazy because I feel like this sort of overshadows everybody was on his side rooting for him when it came to this whole Chris Stokes thing. And I can foresee people sort of pulling back that support just a little bit because you out here beating on women. You know what I mean? Some people may be like, well, how can you claim that this and this and this and this happened to you, but you out here putting your hands on females? Some people, they gonna kind of pull back from him. It's unfortunate, but they gonna do it.
Maybe it'll force him to get the help that he needs.
Absolutely.
A lot of people who are abused become the abuser.
Yes.
It's sad.
I've heard that before.
A lot of people who are abused become the abuser.
I didn't
therapy.
He's going through what he's going through.
It's so sad. So sad.
Moving right along, y'all. I don't want to hit on this next story for too long, but I do feel like it is important. And since we already talked about stuff that happens in the news and media, we just got to hit on this real quick. Ahmad Ali Awali Alisa, 21 years old. He is identified as the shooter in the Boulder, Colorado store where he had shot and killed 10 people. One gentleman he shot and killed in the parking lot. Again, there's graphic video of that I will not be showing. He went inside the store where he ended up killing 9 more people. That's in there. He appeared in court on Friday and he was so calm, so quiet, so cool and collected. You would have never known that. I mean, when they actually went into the store to arrest him, he didn't resist arrest. They took him out. He had on his underwear, some boxer shorts, and he was bloody from his right leg. But that was about it. He's being charged with 10 counts of first-degree murder, attempted murder, and they thinking more charges are going to come from that. It's just sad, and I just wonder, why does all of this crazy massacres like this happen in goddamn Colorado? Do y'all know something that I don't know? Like, why is
Colorado is cursed because all the Indians that were killed on the land.
That would make sense. I wouldn't be surprised. One of the survivors, his name was Logan Smith. He's a store worker. He works in one of the coffee shops that's inside of the grocery store. He said him and a coworker hid behind a trash can the whole time. He's been actually training for active shooter scenarios like this since he was in the 1st grade. That is scary.
Scary.
But he was prepared because, again, this happens in Colorado all the time. I'm not gonna lie, I was in HEB earlier today, the supermarket that's here in Austin. And when I tell you I'm looking around like niggas owe me money, I was so goddamn paranoid, thinking at any moment somebody gonna come up in here shooting, and you gotta think, is my fight or my flight gonna come out?
Yeah.
Because one of them is gonna have to happen in a situation like that. I'm telling you, I don't even want to think as to what happened or what would happen if I would be in that situation.
We need to go for flight. Get the fuck up out of there. Not fight, because those people are deranged. They're mentally deranged, first of all. They're just coming to shoot us at the point and they're going to shoot anybody and everybody. So to protect ourselves, get the fuck up out of there. Hide, do everything. I wish they would, that training that they're giving in Colorado, it's only taught in certain states. But if they would do that everywhere, that would be helpful. Just like they have earthquake precautions here in California and other states. And they have fire precautions and you know what I'm saying, and flood precautions. I think they should teach all states that. And I'm glad that saved his life practically. It did better than Dare when he was growing up. Dare, remember Dare? Dare failed everybody. Well, at least what he got in the 1st grade actually helped him into his adulthood.
Yeah, Tracy, what were you gonna say?
Before y'all get real serious, when they told me that big bald Joker was 21, I was like, the devil is a lie. Look at him. Does that man look 21 to you? He looks 47 with 6 kids. Don't let me lie. He don't look 20. I was like 20. I was like 21 my foot. I was like, I know this big bald rusty Joker ain't no 21. But carry on. Sorry, just had to get that out because I looked at him and he bald at the top.
Obviously, the man had a lot going on with him, but the title of this says that he was actually passed the background check to get a goddamn gun. Okay, so something was right up here in the mind with him, or he was enough to where he could pull it off to make them think that he was sane, to where he could go and get a gun and do this.
Oh no, girl, you don't need a mental health check. You just need to not be a felon. They got real low bars. The standards are really
the
low.
Background check.
Yeah, that's just a background check. That ain't mental health. Because if that was it, they wouldn't have gave me my concealed carry permit. No, Jokers don't care.
That he's troubled and stuff like that for what he has done to these people and the stuff. And he was troubled, and he was paranoid or stuff like that. I said it's so easy for y'all to use that narrative for when somebody want to go shoot up people like that. Especially with, I'm not gonna try to make the race, but I have to. Sometimes white serial shooters, they was troubled mentally, all that stuff.
He was having a bad day.
Playing, he
was
had a
having a
bad
bad
day.
day.
Shoulder trouble, and then he shoot over the place. Now, if it was us, they would say, "Oh no, he's barbaric, he's animal. No, he did that. He planned this. No, that white guy planned this too." But what? But y'all using that as a he was trouble, and he was thing, and just that 20 years old. It could be, but you can't. They always use that narrative for every person who's a shooter who's not black, and they don't use that for people who are black. And that's what most of these mass shooters are people who non-color. Because most of us, even though we trouble, use our things, not be typical, it's like whatever, what up, has sex, drink up, stay in the house, like that. But we don't. Most of us don't mass shoot like that. Even we most trouble, we ferocious, we animals, but we don't do it like that.
Okay, look, if two young men, one white, one black, do the same crime, they go out and shoot somebody in the street. For the white guy, they're going to say Joseph, to his friends and family, was an upstanding Christian who had good grades and loved his mother and his father. For the second one, they're going to say DeAndre, a black man of Detroit, shot an assailant. Did you catch that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I like. So that 20 years old, I don't know what was going on and stuff like that. He was playing with guns since he was young. He know what he was doing. He was waiting for the right time to go shoot up people, and that's what that. So they gonna put the buckets in him and hope they do, but no put no light seconds because you want to use his mental evaluation. So no, why his evaluation was taken into consideration for guns. But even though we don't use the mental evaluation for guns, that's what it's so loose around these days. But I hate that narrative they making it seem like once we find a person, oh, he's trouble. He was mental case. What's that? I like that.
It's okay. It's okay that he killed everybody. It's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's my better question: how did he kill 9 people and the 10th one being a cop, and he got to walk out of there? That was my question. So the cop killer get to just walk to the car, and walk him. Oh, okay. I was like, there is some real messed up logic behind.
Go ahead.
How this works.
I'm surprised they didn't take him out.
Because I can only think of one. Me too!
I don't understand how come they didn't take him out. I mean, not saying that nobody needs to lose their life. That's not what I'm saying at all. But what I'm saying is, had it been Leroy and them that went up there and shot off the quickie picky, they'd have shot his ass. I'm saying.
You're right.
You're
absolutely right.
There was like one black mass shooter. I can think of like one black mass shooter, and I don't even remember his name, but it was a father or son, and it was like shooting people out of the car.
It was a sniper. It was a sniper.
Yeah.
It was just that. Like I can think of one black mass shooter, and I can't. But all of these mass shooters that look like this all seem to be walking out scot-free and just going to jail and serving their time. I don't understand. It makes no sense.
I don't understand why they didn't take him out. Even if he did go outside. And this is another thing. Why the nigga didn't have no clothes on when they arrested him? Was he hot? Like, what was going on? What happened to where he didn't have no damn clothes on? Like, again, had it been Pookie and them butt naked shooting up the Walmart, they'd have shot his black ass up. We'd have had t-shirts with that nigga face on it had it been anybody else. And the nigga and he had on his drawers. Like, what was going on there? Or was that did he strap down? Like, did he get down to his drawers on purpose to where, like, okay, they gonna think I'm crazy if I come in here in my drawers after I done shot everybody else? Like, they're not giving us a whole lot of information about him. Like, I feel like there's more to it, something else that they not quite giving us about it. I'm not saying no conspiracy type shit, but it's just something else to that. I don't feel like.
But you know what? They're just trying to cover it up. How many mass situations have we had of killing?
Sweep it under the rug, yeah.
So they're trying to keep it. You know, we have all these things going on. We have the pandemic now. We have all the government is a shit for brains right now. Forgive me, Jesus, for saying that. But they're shit for brains, and that goes for everybody under the umbrella of government. And that goes with our policing and so on and so forth. With this happening, this is a scar on their face. The spa one the week before, it says Asian hate crime. This one that just happened, and the one that come on. So they're just trying to keep it low. That's too much. That's what they're saying. And that's a lot for America. I'm telling you, this quarantine, people coming out is going to pop off more. That's just my opinion.
This is a for real question. I ain't saying this to be funny, but ain't weed legal in Colorado? Shouldn't everybody just be high and having a good time? Like,
yeah.
And I'm not even being funny. I'm being so serious. I'm being so for real. In a state where marijuana is legal, I feel like everybody should just be going.
But you gotta actually smoke it, Momo. You gotta actually smoke it. If you don't smoke it, then you're not gonna get that effect.
Like CBD, drop it under your tongue, put it in your tea.
Chew a gummy. Make a cake.
Chew a gummy. Everybody loves gummies.
Hey, check this thing out. You know how they in inner city communities they say black people are impoverished because of this and that, and this is why their lives are taken away from this and that. So what's going on in Colorado where you're creating all these young men that are mass shooters?
They need being high.
What are you creating over there? So if you can label us over here because of our environment, what environment are you creating over there to create these mass shooters?
Oh, child, what if it's something in the weed? Lord, if it's something in the weed, I ain't never smoking no shit in Colorado. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I think that instead of well, I guess they should do the background check too, but they really need to do some mental health check.
Yep.
Because anybody, just because you haven't committed a crime that will show up on a background check, don't mean you're not crazy. True. So that needs to be looked into. You can't just go giving people guns just because they haven't committed a crime. You need to make sure that they're mentally stable enough to handle the gun. That's a lot of responsibility. You know? So
I wonder if that's brought up in our legislation right now with the discussion of guns. The mental stability.
Probably not, because it'll be too much work. So they don't want to do the work. That's extra work. That's a whole extra step, and that step is probably a little bit harder to pass because you need to either have some type of evaluation or somebody's going to have to go digging in your medical records. That's manpower and hours and time. That's a whole nother department that they probably don't even want to create just to. You know,
I hear you, Councilman 42.
Okay,
and you know, and you know that the NRA ain't going for that. The NRA not going for that extra paperwork that's going to hold people up and getting a gun. So, yeah, it'll probably never happen, but that's what they need to do if they want to try to eliminate some of this stuff.
Right.
Well, prayers going out to Colorado, y'all. Like I said, we're gonna be on the safe side. And we ain't gonna smoke shit from Colorado. We don't know what is going on with them niggas up there, okay? We don't know if it's the weed, if it's the water. You ain't know, goddamn it. I don't want no parts of it. Moving right along, y'all.
Oh, child.
Tammy. I love Tammy, but she talked too goddamn much. So just the other day, Zoie, I don't know if y'all watch Zoie. I love Zoie. He does Messy Mondays. He has a YouTube channel. He's a big social media influencer, right? He went on his on Instagram, and I'm gonna play that for you guys. Basically, what he was saying is there's a double standard when it comes to people accepting young gay boys as opposed to young girls coming out and saying that they're either lesbian or bisexual. The point that's the point he was making. He was using the example of Waka Flocka and their daughter. Because, you know, the Waka Flocka's daughter just recently came out that she's bisexual. I think she's like 15 or 16 or whatnot, and people are applauding that. He was basically saying that when it came to Zoie Wade and her coming out, that people were not so sympathetic and empathetic to her and her coming out and this, that, and the other. So again, Zoie was just using that as an example. Tammy then decided that she wants to go on her social media and clap back at Zoie for what he said. Now, I don't feel like what Zoie said was wrong. I totally understood what he said. And Tammy, she just talks too fucking much, in my opinion. She always got something to goddamn say. So I'm going to play this clip real quick on what Zoie had to say. And I'm going to play a little bit of what Tammy had to say. Because, again, Tammy talks too goddamn much and I don't want to hear it.
This has nothing to do with the children, like Waka Flocka's daughter. This is just grown-ups, people in general, the world. It's so hypocritical, and it pisses me the F off that, okay, his daughter is 16, and now she has come out that she likes girls, and that she wants a girl to be her date to her quinceañera or whatever. Now, mind you, Waka a couple of months ago was bashing somebody about their gay son. Not bashing, but, didn't agree. But then when it's your own, this is why I tell people, be careful how you talk about people and their children or anybody, period, because one day you're going to have to deal with it. So it's just funny in the comments, everybody's like, oh, he's such a good dad. He agrees letting his daughter be her. But when you talk about Dwayne Wade and Zaya, how dare he? And Zaya's only 13. Calm down, Zaya. How dare he? It's disgusting. But when it's a girl, everybody's just so, oh, this is amazing. Great. That's bullshit. And it makes me so mad. The world is so fake. I'm so sweaty, but whatever. So hey, what I'm saying is everybody should be treated fairly, no matter who you like. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're same-sex girl, same-sex guy, straight, whatever. You should all be treated fairly with no judgment. Hey, what I'm saying is
for Zoe, I was gonna respond because you talk about my husband and my child. So at this point, let's go back first. You said that he didn't agree. You like, oh, he bashed Zaya, or then you went back and said, well, he didn't agree. So a person not allowed to have an opinion of how they feel without being a basher or hate or be labeled as going against something or hating someone. They can't have an opinion when they're asked. And with that being said, never once did he ever disrespect Zaya. Not once did he ever say he matter of fact, he said, I can't tell nobody how to parent their kids. But not only that, with that being said, let me calm down, Tammy.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna let you calm down, Tammy, because you talk too goddamn much. Tammy drives me insane. I feel like she totally missed the point of what Zoe was saying. Yes, he did use Waka and their daughter as an example, which first let me say, I feel that it's, like Zoe said, it's okay until it's your own or it's in your own household. Now, I do love the fact that Waka, because the daughter, Charlie, she came out on Growing Up Hip Hop while they were filming and said, my girlfriend is going to be my date to the quinceañera. And so I appreciate Waka in that moment for not, making any sort of faces or not saying anything crazy, as a lot of Black men, straight heterosexual Black men can do when it comes to that. He didn't do that because that was his daughter and he knew that something like that would have crushed her. I totally commend him for that. But when it comes to Tammy shut the hell up some damn time because she completely missed the point of what Zoe was trying to say. That's just my thoughts, my 2 cents on that. Ms. I'm gonna start with you. What's your thoughts on it?
Oh, okay. All right. So when I heard about this thing, I was like, okay, I didn't watch Waka and Miami, I don't know all that stuff like that. So I didn't know exactly what was going on. But when I heard this thing, I said, okay, what exactly I want to know what's the beginning. What exactly Waka said about Dwayne Wade and Zaya and all that stuff like that made everybody so uproar and feel like he was really hypocritical on that stuff like that. So when I saw the clip, I did share it to the group chat that we have, that he did say something about the interview, said something about how do you feel about Dwayne Wade and his son trying to cut his private off? And I said, first of all, they're trying to transition it. It wasn't about cutting things off. So that was like a very premature question to ask. And when I saw the thing, he didn't really say nothing. He just said, well, why publicize it? I just don't like that. It's like if a young kid, 12 years old, looking to see that, think that was celebrity wise, and then he go do that, and they go follow the footsteps. And it was like, hey, what was that? So I was like, okay, that's something. So I didn't really see what Rocky said that was too much. I think the only issue I ain't like is that if you said, well, publicize it, but you in the national television as well, and your daughter's on television doing the same thing, people go see this. So it's kind of similar to the aspect of what Dwayne Wade is doing with his child, whether you think it should not be publicized, it should not be, it's private. What you doing on national television doesn't mean because she's 16 is older, doesn't mean it's the same thing. Y'all both have your child. And he said, don't say like this. So that was the beginning thing. So I didn't think he said anything that terrible. So like that. But when Zoe said, he made valid points. People do make a double standard to judge other people's kids, but when it's them, it's off limits. Okay, it's mine. It's just mine. It's mine. It's okay. But yours, you don't have to do that. like I said, even though I don't think he did bash anything about Dwayne Wade, but yes, it is something similar to the aspect of that. And that Tammy, she want to say something. It's Tammy, like people can have an opinion, doesn't matter. But what was your point? You said a bunch of other things for no reason, and it was not. That's like all of a sudden, let me calm down. I said, you just shut up. That's what you need to do. It was no calming down, Tammy. It's like that. And then nothing. Walkie said something else too. He had an argument thing. He said, I'm not arguing with no one, but I had like 5 videos after. I shared that too, the group. And he said some things too. I said, okay, but y'all could have just kept this quiet. Why you had to go around and clap back or something that he said that was totally generalized and it wasn't too specific to y'all? It's like that. Yes, he was an example, but he made a generalized statement. So y'all took it personal and then y'all would clap back as personal. That was messed up to me, in my opinion. So, like I said, he didn't say nothing too mad. It just like some opinions is kind of similar if you look at it. But at the same time, Tammy needed to clap back at him because he didn't say nothing outrageous. And Waka, you said your little defense. You already said what you said. So why you have to say anything more? And it was too much. So, like I said, it was. A lot of them could have just shut up. They would have been better if they didn't say nothing. They said, we support our daughter. This is what it is, and that's that. And call it a day.
Sir Neil?
Every time Tammy speaks, she sounds very foolish.
Yeah.
She's always trying to mop up behind her husband, and she just ends up stepping on her own toes. She didn't even watch the whole. You know how somebody I had it before. Somebody go watch my video. Oh yeah, I saw your video, but you didn't watch the whole video. You watched 15 seconds of it. That's what she did with that girl thing. Oh, you mentioned my husband, so now I'm about to cuss you out and read you down to filth and this and that. She spoke out of turn and it was very embarrassing for herself and her husband. And this is part usual. And then Waka getting on the internet. Your name is on the internet. You want to be on Twitter's top 10, all that shit. It's that celebrity shit. I'll keep preaching it. These niggas do shit for the gram. They do shit for the Facebook, for the TMZ. This shit is so frivolous and stupid, it might as well be dumb underneath my shoe.
Tracy, what are your thoughts?
I just had to change my headset. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So I have mixed feelings about this whole encounter because I did watch. Like Mizzle, I went back and I watched kind of what Waka said, and what he said was not crazy or out of. It wasn't like Lil Bootsy, it wasn't like that.
Right.
But it is no different than what most people have said of. That is a very personal thing, and that is not something you should necessarily put on the internet. That's, but again, he said, I can't tell you how to raise your child and what to do, but that's something I wouldn't do, which to me is not something that is so terrible that it then needed a response of, oh, well, it's good for this person, but not for that person. If he says, hey, this isn't something we should put online, again, Charlie is 16. If she wanted to come out on national TV, how could... It's not like Waka and Tammy knew to stop her or to tell her not to. She's 16. So he can't control what she says or what she does. All he can do is respond to her in the moment with how he feels. And yes, there's it's a very different standard when your child comes out to you or when someone you love comes out to you and you seeing this random celebrity's child coming out to you. Of course they're going to be different. You love and care about this one person. You don't know this other person from a can of paint. Those are going to be very different. But you also have to understand that some people did not grow up with the thought that this was okay, acceptable, this was normal, this was normalized. And it does take some people a little longer to give up the beliefs that they've known their entire life to be accepting of something very different. Not that it's right or wrong, but there's years that, if you've known this 30 years, in the last 5 years, it's been something different. You have 30 years of unlearning to learn.
But here's the thing that I wonder. In Waka's response, he was saying basically like he don't care about nobody else. He cares about his child. Now, is that saying that you love and you accept your child for who she is, but you still don't like the whole gay or lesbian thing? Is that what you're saying? You still don't disagree with everybody else, but you agree with your child? Even still, that don't make no damn sense. Am I the only one that thinks that? It's like you said, Tracy, if you've been taught this for so long and now you have to go back and unlearn this because now this is your child, are you learning? I mean, of course you don't learn to love your child. You're going to love your child regardless. But will this be something that's going to help him to learn the whole LGBT community as a whole? Or what? That's my thing. That's what I worry about.
Maybe that's why this is happening. Y'all know how I am about things happening for a reason. And I always try to see what that reason is. And this could be, not just for Charlie and what she's going through, but maybe Waka got to go through this with her so that he can change and so that he can become more compassionate for people and understand where everybody else is coming, where other people are coming from. He might need to go through this. People change. I said that earlier. Maybe he feels, but I thought he said that he didn't like that Zaya was so public. Is that my understanding? He didn't say he didn't like it. He said he just didn't like how public it was.
It's public, yeah. That's what he said.
Right, and that's what we all feel. None of us really like the public spectacle that's being made of Zaya. And I know personally, I do not like the idea of her being so young, changing her bodily organs. I don't go for that. But as far as, Zaya coming out, Charlie coming out, I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But Waka's going to have to go through it. He'll be fine. Tammy, yes, is always windmilling for her husband. She always got to pull his foot out his mouth for him. She be swinging. He did marry the right one, though. To be honest with you, she get on my nerves too. But yeah, she always the first one to jump in. Dude, she ride. She rides
for him. I ain't even mad at a child. I ain't even mad at her. Well, hopefully sooner or later, because Tammy spoke out of turn when it came to Megan Thee Stallion. She thought Megan Thee Stallion said something sideways about Waka too, and she wasn't even talking about that nigga.
Yeah.
And she had to come back and apologize for that shit. So hopefully.
That happened another time too, Momo. I wish I could remember when it was, but that's happened. That happened another time.
A few times. Yeah, she spoke out of time. It's like, girl.
Yeah, like you're doing too much.
No.
Nobody talking so much. But y'all, moving on to our main topic for tonight, y'all. Let me show y'all this. Let me share the screen with y'all real quick. Ain't that a beautiful picture?
A good one.
Ain't that a beautiful picture, y'all? Beautiful caring couple and all that, y'all. Tonight's Real Talk topic, we're going to talk about infidelity. And we're going to use this nigga right here, Derrick Jaxn, for an excuse. I mean, for our subject matter. This nigga, yeah, he gets no respect. He gets no goddamn respect right now, okay? If y'all don't know who Derrick Jaxn is, Derrick Jaxn, now y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Is he a self-proclaimed relationship expert, or did the nigga actually go to school and get a degree in this?
No, go with the first one. Self-proclaimed.
Okay. He is a self-proclaimed relationship expert. And for years, he has been catering to the female community, basically giving his intake on relationship advice and us as women, what we need to look out for, things that we need to accept, things that we don't need to accept, how to tell signs if the man you're dealing with is a narcissistic, and just different things that he has been preaching to women over the years. I will not lie, I am one of those women that was wooed by his words and that got a lot of strength and confidence from a lot of the teachings that he was putting out there. Well, recently, Tasha K came out. Shout out to Tasha K, because Tasha K, baby, when I tell you Tasha K spilled all the motherfucking tea, come to find out, this nigga been slanging dick the whole time, even before he even married his wife. Now, women have been coming out the woodwork. There was one woman that did an interview recently with Tasha K, where she says that she was dealing with the nigga as recently as like a week, 2 weeks ago. She had sex with him. As a matter of fact, this video that he's smiling and shinning and grinning and shit, all of this, he is actually filming outside of her house, because on the interview, if y'all can see these white pews right there, that's the background of the lady house. So while he's out here giving all this relationship advice and telling women things that we need to look out for and stuff like that, he was actually out here slanging that dick, laying it low and spreading it wide. So I'm just going to play y'all a quick little snippet of the video that he did with his wife. Now, mind you, before I play that, now I did not know in the 2-3 years that I've been following this man that he is married. Because again, he's relationship expert, self-proclaimed, but he never even came out and said that he was married. He does not wear a ring. The only reason why I knew this man has kids is because the videos that he does, he always does them in his car, and he's got the car seat in the back. Vanity, baby, it was the reacting to his video in the third person for me. Like, this dude went off. So I'm just going to play a little bit of this little video for y'all that he did with his wife.
What's going on, guys? Derrick Jaxn here, and today I am joined by my lovely wife, Danae, and we just wanted to address a couple of things. You know, we understand that some of you may have already heard, maybe not, that this chapter of our marriage is one that was preceded by a marriage that I completely failed. Now, I would say it just started around August, maybe September of last year. But, you know, a lot has been said already about what was the cause and all that other stuff. Some of it is true. Some of it is completely false. But the truth is, and I'm saying it here now, is that Derrick Jaxn was involved with other women outside the marriage. And by involved, I want to be clear, I'm not talking about just casually kicking it, maybe a lunch or something like that. I'm talking about as serious as sex, to sexual flirtation and meeting up and that kind of thing. And some things that otherwise may be considered okay by some in terms of like just chatting or checking on people or being checked on by people that I've had a previous encounter with. But without my wife's knowledge of it and with us having a sexual history, all of it falls under the umbrella of inappropriate.
Okay, I'm just going to play a little bit of that. Now, first of all, y'all, let's get into a couple things real quick. Now, I'm going to get everybody's opinion on this right here. First and foremost, like I said, I had no idea that this nigga was married in the first place. I had an idea that he had kids, but I had no clue that he was married, okay? That's number one. Number two, you had this woman coming out on this video. Now, first and foremost, I'm not putting down her appearance or nothing like that at all. But if you were going to bring your wife on camera, and quite honestly, the only reason why he brought his wife on camera was to save face and to save his career, you could at least took her down to Keisha them and got her little old bump set or roller set or something. You could have took her by Nene them, put some little lashes on her eyes. You could have took her by Mimi and them and did her damn nails. Or you could have took her by Victoria's Secretions and put a bra on her. The fact that he came out and he was so put together and she's looking like, nigga, you want to film this? Come on, hurry and film this shit because I'm mad at your ass. That's what she looked like when she came out and she was on this video. Was I the only one that thought that? She came out with a whole bonnet on. Okay? So I'm going to get some feedback from y'all, and then I'm going to give y'all some more thoughts on what I have. But Miz, I'm going to start with you.
Okay. All right, y'all. So, like my group members know and everything, I didn't know nothing about this guy. I never heard about his name. I didn't know why he was trending. So I didn't know exactly until Mommy told me exactly who he was, what he do, and everything. Now, my couple of thoughts about this is that people who get online and saying and being self-proclaimed relationship gurus or anything, giving advice on the typical topic, you have to be wary about that because they will sound so good and got you wrapped to their mind and match to their mentality that you want to be them, you want to be with them, you want to be at them, you want to get to know them. It's like, this is the person I want. And then not knowing that he may have a dark side behind them that you didn't even know. And that's exactly what happened. He is pandering to women, catering to women, not necessarily he might have bad advices, but pandering to women, telling them that exactly what they want to hear, exactly this is what it goes, and maybe as we know now, he was doing that. So he was telling the ladies about a person that not to avoid, and he was a person he was trying to tell y'all to avoid. And ladies is liking him, and whoever his mistresses he was dealing with was like, "Oh my God, he's a perfect man. He's a good." Guys would call him a simp because he was like basically putting them down. Like you say, "Yo, you try to put us like you try to tell them the game and everything," and not knowing he was doing this all along. So I was like, I would never gravitate to someone who want to go online and be a thing. And then people saying that he was never mentioned and people didn't know he was married. That's telltale sign. You can't give me a relationship advice and you are not in a relationship or not even married. Just like me being a single person, go be self-proclaimed. It's like Mizzle, the marriage expert. You gonna say, Miss, you better get out my TV. You've been single. You didn't know married. So how am I gonna tell you about anything? That's just messed up. So catering to women, all that stuff, and he's been doing this. That's a sign to say, okay, he was probably telling his own stories, and people did not know that, and people was not deciphering that he was willing to talk about himself. So where he was getting these studies from? Did he know about books? Did he write books? Did he know about this stuff? Did he study these things? Did he did research on these? Or he was talking about his own experiences that made people feel like, oh, he's telling us he's the truth. And he must be a faithful tie. He must have been this. He must have been that. Not knowing that he had been a dog throughout his whole relationship. And people didn't know he was married. People, I was reading a comment, people said, oh, he has a wife? How y'all been following him and he never discussed it? Not to say he not have discussed he might marry, but it'd be weird to even take advice from someone, not even know he was married. So I did like that. And then the video with the husband, holding her hand so tight. She's sitting there being bobblehead. Like you see the video, she's like, I said,
she looks sedated. Yeah, like, she looked very sedated. I was like, did she take a Xanax when she came out or something? Because she looked real on it.
And she was just sitting there looking at bobblehead, just look like completely shut out. It's like if we go. I guess we might talk about her later on, but you could say something is not in her head, and she was checked out. She was not even there presently. She was there physically, but her mind was out somewhere else. So that's why she didn't care about what she looked like. She didn't care all that stuff like that. She knew about this all a long time, so she wasn't just knew it. It just came out, and now she had to sit there and just listen to like this guy who's been making money off of something like that and all that stuff. So I was like, it was very troubling that this happened, and he only confessed, like I said, because he got put out there. You would think that he would confess before this happened. Then we would say, okay. But we would say, oh, I commend him. He took it up. He's been man up. I know he did not man up because he did not say nothing and nobody knew none of this stuff. He would still be in his car giving advice unless to one of the mistresses say something. That's where he started saying something. So no, he didn't man up. And now he promoting his book after the reaction video that he did of himself. That's clearly narcissism, and he knew what he was doing. That's why he got this wife who he never claimed to people because his wife he probably was controlling his wife behind the scenes. But I know we're gonna get down into the wife's story. So now.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into the wife story in just a minute. Tracy, what's your thoughts?
Y'all better leave her alone. She is cloaked in the full armor of God. She told y'all better leave her alone. She is cloaked in her armor with her helmet of the Lord on. Y'all leave her alone. Crazy Betty. So I have 6 brothers. So probably like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, our brother was like, oh yeah, the clown. He was like, that's like everything that you tell somebody when you're trying to sleep with them about their ex because you're trying to get into bed with them. I was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. So it had already been brought to my attention that it's, just the game that men run that they say, but they normally don't tell you that that's what this is, but okay, fine. But for me, I think it was him talking about himself in the third person, because even in that video, he was like, so yeah, we're going to tell you that Derrick Jaxn has cheated on his wife and had affairs, and I mean sexual. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah,
and then when he got to the details, he's like, I mean so much as sex. I mean so much as talking on the phone. I mean so much as flirting. I've been like, take it down. Okay, stop. I don't want to hear that shit again. They don't need to know all of that. You know what I'm saying? Cheat. You just say cheat. We're gonna leave that cheat. You know what I'm saying? Sir Neil, I skipped over you, boo. What was you? Did you have some thoughts on his ass? Because we're gonna get into her in a minute.
I'm out in these streets. You know what I'm
I see
saying?
you out in the streets. Who
I believe that that young man is kind of a nutcase in his own fashion way. And I think it's everything he's doing is suspect. And I feel sorry for everybody that fell for his bullshit. They need to be called to the table and get some redemption from him.
I'm looking for my
It's
reparations
sad
for
that
his
he came
ass.
out like he was a professor of some sort, like he was so smart, like he had a degree, and he just bamboozled everybody. It's so easy for all these hotep ass, psychological ass type of niggas to come up on the fucking internet and fool everybody, and then boom, look, he's an adulterer, he's a womanizer, and now we're trying to clean up the pieces. After everything he did, and now his wife is a fucking mockery, which is the worst part. After cheating everything, you made your wife a literal mockery of the internet for your deeds, not even her own. We need to watch these niggas that we make famous on the internet. That's what I'm trying.
It's 42.
Well, I definitely was one of the ones that I didn't listen to him faithfully. But you know how you scrolling through your Facebook and Instagram timeline, you catch something. And most times that I've heard him, he had a word, you know, and I'm not going to take that from him actually, because that has absolute a little bit, but not really. It doesn't have anything to do with the way he's been treating his wife, because to be honest with you, all this cheating and stuff he's been doing is a crime against his wife, not us. It don't look good. It's bad for his brand, but it doesn't necessarily affect our lives. But to look at her is where my heart is breaking, because he's abusing her. So Vanity has been reading my mind this entire time and even forming the sentences that I couldn't really. The fact that he was still cheating. I think the chick that Tasha K recently interviewed started in October. He's sitting up there about to break his wife's arm, talking about something that happened in August and September. Them women been gone. This is a new set of women. So with that being said, it would be nothing he can say to me. I may be able to wrap my mind around whatever had happened in the past prior to that. Who knows? But if we so-called in August and September, I left and we were going to work it out and we're going to heal together and start all over. And then I found out a month later, you went and got you some more. And then I think the last time he saw that woman was like March 18th. Which was just a week or two ago, if 2 weeks. I don't even think it's been 2 weeks. So yeah, he's a narcissist in my opinion, and she is definitely his prey. Her behavior on Instagram is giving me vibes of somebody who has been completely brainwashed and emotionally abused. We don't know what he's saying to her behind closed doors. I've done a lot of research on narcissists, and he is classic, but I also done the research on the side of the victim, and that stuff is really, really sad. It's scary. Like, we're up here hooping and hollering about the little stuff we see. Can you imagine what she's dealing with at home? That's why she's praying all the time, because she messed up here. Everything is all messed up. She's praying all the time. To be honest with you, that's what's gonna get her through. Period. God,
but
nothing but God.
He's using that as an excuse to keep cheating, because he knows that Christian or whatever belief she's in, quite honestly, I feel like she's in some sort of cult-like type thing. If y'all have gone through her IG and stuff, she's in some sort of cult type thing. But he knows that she is deep rooted in the word and the Bible. So he knows that he can go out here and do whatever. All he got to say is that, oh Lord, all he got to do is say that the devil stepped in and the devil is trying to destroy us. And he knows whatever Bible rhetoric he has to tell her that's going to make her consume whatever he's saying and believe that, yes, the devil is coming in to seek, kill, and destroy. And it's all on the devil, when it's like, no, you sleeping with the devil.
We have free will. We have free will. We make the decisions. So things are
Yeah.
presented to us. You know, we going through Lent right now, you know, and me and my sisters, we've been participating for the most part. Next Saturday is the last day of Lent. I ain't had no wine since Lent started. It's a sacrifice, okay? So like when you get married, it's a sacrifice. God sacrificed his son. He sent his son down, his child. Imagine giving up your child to be hung up on a cross as a sacrifice for a whole bunch of other people and the sins and stuff they commit. It's called a sacrifice. So we as humans got the free will, and sometimes we have to make sacrifices. I don't like not having my wine, but I'm doing what I said I was going to do, and I'm trying to do what I feel is the right thing. When you get married, you take a vow not to hurt this person, and it is what it is.
But
she got to sacrifice it.
Yeah. She's been going through a lot with him already. If y'all have seen any of her IG posts, I'm going to read just a couple of her. I'm not going to read everything, but I'm going to read just a little bit of this one right here.
That's
because
terrible.
This one was one that stood out to me. It says, the enemy comes to steal, kill, and destroy. Therefore, what happened to me is real time happening to others. The stepstones to the pathway leading to the door of torture happened in my youth. Fast forward to a woman who attended college with me, dark-skinned, well-known, successful, and just so happened to be someone I've seen naked, penetrating, soaking wet, moaning, and more. I hated the woman, but I also desperately wanted to be like her because it felt like she had something I wanted. Once my eye gates were open to this part of her, I studied everything about her. It came down to me knowing her bra size, waist size, and how she liked to be stimulated during the act. Now, one more thing she says, a few times I tried to imitate her in the same way and it backfired miserably. This is just what jealousy and rage needed in to get in modern day terms lit in my mind, body, and soul. Like, first of all, she's an excellent writer. I will say that. If you read some of her posts, she is an excellent writer. But she's been going through it. Like, this nigga been taking her through it for years. She just never really.
I feel so bad for her. I really feel bad for her.
I do. And was it this other one that I wanted to read to you guys? Oh, yes. Let me see. Unfortunately,
she needs to stop blaming the devil, though.
Yes, and then another thing that if you read some of her IG posts, she's always talking about how she hates dark-skinned women. So much to the point to where she hated her daughter. And so in that the one that I just read, I feel like from when she was saying that she studied the woman, she's seen her soaking wet, she's seen her being penetrated and all that, like, did you engage in a threesome with this man to satisfy him? Or were you with this woman in some sort of way? Like, how would you know that? And how would you know what her moans and stuff like that sounds like? Unless she did something which she probably could have done, you know, thinking that, okay, if I do this for him, then, you know, maybe this will make him love me more. But she posts pictures like this and you see she's really hurt. You know what I mean? And then like this other caption, she says, videos, pictures, and so on of women I knew. Hold on, let me go back. Unfortunately, for over a decade, I was unaware of the gates that were open to the enemy with the things my eyes had seen. Videos, pictures, and so on of women I knew, women I didn't know, women who were friends, dark-skinned women. I was filled with the demon of rage, murder, suicide, and depression. Prior to this phase of my life, I'd already suffered rape trauma. Therefore, I was already plagued with the spirit of rape and the spirit of the rapist himself, which preceded these new findings. So that's just sad, y'all. That is so.
You know what?
Wait. Is that the same post where she talk about watching the videos in his phone of him sleeping with other women.
Yes.
That's that same post? Yeah, okay.
I
See,
think
there's something wrong with her. Like
They
wrong, wrong.
so narcissists they seek out people who have low self-esteem and low self-worth because they are easily manipulated. They're more easily manipulated, and they are out here. We ask this question all the time about, well, why are you still with him, or why, even domestic violence situations where the women won't leave and they're physically being abused. It happens all the time, but that's what they look for because they can control the situation.
Yeah.
I really feel bad for her. Like, I want to cry for her
I do
because
too. She plays to and
she
fro.
has to be miserable. She has to be miserable. To listen. The worst thing I feel like can happen in my marriage is if my husband left the house and I wondered what he was doing.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to care. If I ever cared, like, I want to know, you went here or you went there for safety reasons. But if I'm on the phone trying to figure out where you at or who you talking to or what the bitch look like and all, it's time to go at that point, because then that diminishes more of who I feel like I am. And I ain't competing with nobody. I'm a bad bitch. I know
Okay, come on
inside and
now.
out. So I'm
Straight
not
up.
competing with nobody. If you think you could do better, that's where you need to be. But I'm not about to sit here and let you snatch my arm out of his socket while you try to explain to all these people why you did a bad bitch dirty. Simple.
Where I feel for her is I feel that he has weaponized religion against her, and her faith
Mm-hmm.
is her crutch right now. It's her anchor. So she's preaching about what God and the Word is doing for her right now, but she needs to realize how she's being manipulated and toyed with right
Yep.
now. She is being
Yep.
toyed with right now. She's been made a mockery of, and for
Mm-hmm.
him, that everything you said for you is true, and everything you can look up of narcissistic behavior fits his characteristics. Not to mention the
He's
niggas.
feeding off of her abuse. This abuse he's dishing to her. He's feeding off. He's enjoying it. You don't see the smile, but I promise
He
you,
got
on the
a
inside, he
submissive person.
happy.
He got a
Mm-hmm.
submissive person he can use and toy with.
Mm-hmm.
Again, he can toy with. And,
Mm-hmm.
all women are strong in every right, in every creed, every race and ethnicity. But you get a strong black woman, she ain't going for that shit. And
Hell
Mm-hmm.
even if
no.
and it's possible to forgive your spouse because it's not on social media. If you know he fucked up, you fucked up either or. You guys forgive each other. You can heal those wounds amongst yourself, but not on social media. You're not healing anything because you got everybody in your business. You got magnets in the wound now.
And
Maggots.
it's the hypocrisy. And it is the hypocrisy. That is kind of
Exactly.
important. Mm-hmm. He's a
Exactly.
hypocrite. But most narcissists are hypocrites too. Listen, they got a whole bunch of traits. You'd be surprised. And most of the time walking around here looking like regular old humans. And
Right?
you wouldn't even know until you're dealing with them. You like, something ain't right.
Yeah.
Something ain't right.
Yeah.
I would just really like for her to stop using my good Lord, my Jesus. I would just like for her to stop using those terms to try and justify the confusion that she is living in, dealing with, and have going on. Because if she say one more time, I'm suffering for Jesus, I'm going to come through there and choke her. Because not confusion, not my God. My God is not the God of confusion. We ain't about to do that. Don't put that
Why,
on him.
why do people blame
Don't put
Jesus for
that on him.
everything? But they don't
Listen,
blame the
every
devil. They just
time
blame
she be like,
Jesus
"Oh,
for
Jesus
everything.
want me to do this." Oh no, she blamed the devil, but she be like, "Oh, this devil and these demons." No, call it your husband and his devil deed. Call it what it is.
Oh
Him and
my
his devil
God.
deed. Him,
And then this
that
is
thing in
another thing.
between his legs. Don't
Like,
call it nothing else.
what do the women look like that he's cheating with? Because we haven't seen
Not
any
like that.
pictures. I'm saying,
Girl,
she out
yes
here
you
looking
are.
like, girl, she out here looking like James St. Patrick right now in these suits.
I'm trying to tell
Girl,
you.
I'm just saying, I don't wait for us to have a gun say, wake your punk ass up, little nigga. She look like James St. Patrick.
You know what I saw the two girls that came out. They were two different type of women. You know how usually when guys cheat, they cheat with the same type of girl,
Oh
or
no,
they
there's
Mm-hmm.
use
three. I
somebody
seen
for a
three so
momentary.
far.
Well, I only seen two of them, but they were all two different. They were two different type of girls.
Baby.
So I don't think he goes stereotype. I think he's an
Oh no, he ain't
opportunist.
got no
That's
type. Oh yeah.
narcissistic. That's a narcissistic behavior. So he's an opportunist. He doesn't have a type. Because most guys, you know, they like dark skin, you know what I'm saying, a little thick, you know, they go for exclusive.
You
Just
know
like
what?
guys
He's
like
calculating too.
I
That's
would say
dangerous.
the one of them looked at kind of like April Jones. One looked like April.
Mm.
One of them looked like Delicious because she's like real bright, but got real big
yeah, little
wide
big ass
hips and
tits,
stuff.
big tits.
There was
Yep.
that one, and then there was a chocolate little petite woman. I don't even know who to compare her to, but she was a chocolate little petite woman. So he ain't got a type. He's an equal opportunist. He said
His
anybody
wife
What
can
is
is
have.
my
gorgeous
back?
though.
She
Look at her
is
face.
gorgeous.
She's a
She's
pretty
a beautiful
girl.
woman, but
Yeah,
I mean,
His
he
type
was
is a
wrong.
professional
And
woman.
was this strategic? Like, did he have her make this separate video, or was it her idea to sort of save his image? Because child, she out here looking like a whole ass no limit soldier right now. And
So as a narcissist, what probably
girl,
happened is he planted the seed in her head to make her feel like she was doing something good for him, to help him out. Oh, baby, I
that's
need you to,
wrong.
and you know, it would be nice if you did. So he planted the seed, and she probably did go and do it herself. And 9 times out of 10, she probably believed everything she's saying. Everything she's saying. It's not scripted.
Baby,
This is how she
she came
feels.
out here. Only thing she was missing was a tank and mystical. Mama's got it bad. She came out here like a no limit soldier, ready to save her marriage with her helmet of salvation and the breastplate of Jesus. And she was armed and she was ready. But I don't like I said, he knows that she is deep rooted in her Bible and in her book, and he's using that, knowing all he got to do is go out here and do whatever and come back and cry to her and confess to her or whatever and blame it on the devil. Because like I think was Mizzle said, had the mistress not have come out, we would not have known a doggone thing, because she is that submissive wife. And I'm sure this is not what she wanted. Like, if she wanted to be in the limelight, I'm sure me as a wife, I'd have said something a long time ago, nigga, you gonna have to put a picture of me up on the social medias or something, or where you're ring or something, so they know that you were married while you out here giving relationship advice. Because for me, in my experience, if you're not married, if you've not been married or divorced, you can't give me marriage advice. You know what I mean? Like if you walk around here looking like Don King and you giving out business cards that you doing hair, you can't do my damn hair. You have to be what you represent. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I just feel bad for the girl.
Yeah.
Only God can bring her out of it. The devil, God does not tempt anybody. And the devil, I guess he tempts, but you still got free will.
Mm-hmm.
You know, again, it's the sacrifice. You know, I see shit I want and I don't get it because I'm not supposed to have it. And it just is what it is. You know, you make a decision to just not have it. And it's okay. And for Derrick Jaxn, it's okay to be with only your wife. And if you're not happy with that wife, then you need to let her go, because she already been put through the ringer. I feel so bad for her. She's been put through the ringer, but she on the right track. The fact that she's still holding on to God is going to help her at some point. Don't ask me when. One day it's going to help her. It is going to help her. Listen. One day she is not going to have anything but God. Okay, that's it. So if she keep praying, he'll get her through this. I mean, life is not perfect. Shit happen.
I got information man backstage, y'all. He wants to come and give us some words. Yes. What's going on, information man?
What going?
You're muted.
There we go.
There we go. How are you tonight?
I'm doing fine. I'm using my other computer, so I had something switched off. But hey, everybody on the panel was fantastic. Definitely appreciate the emails. We'll get something connected. Weekends are best for me. And for you all, I would hope so. I don't want to take up your time because you all are doing such a great job giving the analysis. But I did a video on Derrick Jaxn And I can't help but say what I'm about to say because I work in mental health. I deal with guys just like him in the prison environment because from this aspect, he is highly narcissistic with these traits, narcissistic traits. Because I don't know if you sisters, brothers on the panel have noticed that in his videos that when he professes certain things, he made statements about, I would not, this is Derrick Jaxn, I would not forgive a man who cheats and does A, B, and C. So this is a brother that has also given ladies advice, but he also has done it at the expense of talking down about black men. And I think that he is actually the black man that he's warning ladies about because he has all the gift of gab and all the tricks that he needs to say. Another thing that you can also discover when it comes to a narcissistic personality person, a person who has those traits, is that they often talk in the third person and they blame all their situation and project it on someone else. I personally think he used his wife, unfortunately, to sort of get in the good graces of black women because that's been his audience.
Yes.
By using the wife and getting her her buy-in on the forgiveness of him, hoping that will forgive the ladies that follow him because he's made a lot of money with the seminars.
He used her as a vessel to get his message across.
Exactly, sir. Exactly. And because, and this is no slight, but because black people are some of the most religiously oriented people in our society, if not the most, when it comes to Christianity in particular, you're right, sister. She's going to need God to get her through. But part of the manipulation is that he was able to get his wife to go to the Bible quotes, all the things that strike at the heart and the emotions of black people emotionally. So he actually used his wife very well, knowing her very well, because she went and did the video. And then if you notice, she put on symbolic symbolisms. She had the beret hat. She had the army fatigue because why? She was talking about being in a battle with demons trying to come in a household and break the household down. So she became a de facto, for lack of a better word, a mouthpiece for Derrick Jaxn. She became his other surrogate to put out the message that, hey, give this man forgiveness because I'm forgiving him because this is just demons trying to come into our household. But however, Derrick Jaxn admitted in that video that he had been cheating on his wife as far back as 2016 and God knows whatever else was going on. And then you had a third woman who came out and spilled the beans on him. So, and then it was also stated that, after he did that video, he actually, I think with the third woman, if I'm not mistaken, correct me, is as early as March 18th. He was around. So wait a minute.
Yeah.
You tried to tell us, the public, that this was something that happened in 2020 and you lost your family, you lost your wife, things were going bad in your life. And all of a sudden we're finding out that you were still dipping and diving with your Oscar Wiener Minor March 18th. So another thing, if you caught, I had a chance to listen to a lot of his clips. He actually had a video clip where he admitted that he gave his life to God, to Jesus, and things started to go bad in his relationship. Wow. I got it on my channel, on my second channel, the Information Man Speaks podcast, where I got his voice, his clips saying that. So the brother has a lot of, I would say he has some issues. Okay. Everybody can fall off. Everyone can fall off. But he's a serial cheater because if you look at his history, he's been doing this. And then I have another audio clip where he said this. Brace yourself, ladies and gentlemen, for this one. I got it. He said that I went into not giving a damn mode. So I'm messing around with this woman, that woman, and then I connected with Candace, and I've known Candace for a long time. But listen, he said this clearly, that me and Candace had sex without having sex. And I'm saying to myself, what? How can you have sex without
Where they do
having
that at?
sex? That's more of his excuses that he makes. Things of that nature. Let me just give me some fanfare here.
I have a question. Do y'all think? I mean, of course, he can't come back from this. Like, nigga, you cannot make any more relationship. Nothing.
Yes,
Where
he
do you
can.
think
I disagree.
on what?
With
How to destroy a relationship?
No, girl.
no,
If
I
you
disagree.
look, if you look, his subscriber count has gone up. People are
Because they looking for the
still buying
mess.
the books. They're
For
Well,
the
then
they
you know
mess.
bought
what?
his books. I was like,
Well,
the
you know what?
craziness,
That
the fool.
I can see the Danaeas of the world, the
Mhm.
women that think like her, like
Yes.
Information Man, like the women that think like her, the women that are deep rooted in Christianity in their book. Yes, I can see them being like, okay, she was here, she stood by her man, and
Mhm.
you know, whoop de whoop, yada yada yada. But where should he go from here? Like,
Well,
To hell.
I personally think that he has to focus on his family and maybe take his emphasis away from social media. Now that's a double-edged sword for him because he's made his money from being a social media personality and going to Essence, festivals and showing his wares and writing his books. So I think it's a double-edged sword for him because that's a big income that's taking care of his family. So he's in a quandary here. My thing is that I think he will be able to come back from this, and this is why. You're not gonna like what I got to say here, sisters, but I got to keep it 100% real. Black women, you hear brothers say that black women are not forgiving. No, black women are some of the most forgiving. You know what? You've had black men like O.J. Simpson, other black men who did wretched stuff to their black wives, and then when they got themselves in trouble, who was there for them? It was black women that were there to pick the Negro up. Even O.J. Simpson's ex-wife, the sister, she was the one that was in his corner. So I think that black females will be the most understanding of him. Black males, I think we'll say he's just what we tried to warn you sisters about. But I think some ladies are going to forgive him, and I think the reason why, and I know people don't want to hear this, is because of the fact that Derrick Jaxn has the it factor. Let's keep it real. He has the look, the built. He's the type alpha black male that a lot of black women get wet between the legs over. He's got the gift for gab. So with that, coupled with his family situation, I think some sisters out there are going to say, you know what? I was in a situation like that, and I forgave my man, and he changed his ways. So I think a lot of sisters are going to look at it from their frame of reference of their experiences, whether good or bad. But I think he may be able to come back from this, but he's going to have to take it gentle and step by step. And we know the one thing that works on the black community. Come on, he's got to get hyper religious. He's got to start quoting stuff and going to church. He's got to upload videos to his channel where he's in church with his wife crying with the preacher saying, "I have sinned it." He's got to do all of those type of things. I got to be honest. I'll stop right there.
You know what though? You can only play with God's word for so long, which is why I say, she's holding on to it. She needs to, because to be honest with you, I don't even think the real shit hit the fan yet. So I think it's going to get worse for her. It's probably more people. It might even be a kid out there. So she's going to need that backup that she's already instilled in herself, because it's about to get worse.
Well, he had sex
but God
with the
God doesn't. Yeah, you can't play with God's word, but for only so long. So even if he does try to come back that way, it's gonna crumble. We're gonna see probably in a couple of months where, I don't know, he's gonna have been messing with somebody through a Bible study class that he's trying to host. So it's gonna happen. Just like this happened, that's gonna happen. It's going to happen because if he really is truly a narcissist, like I believe he is, he doesn't love his wife or his children.
No.
He's only
Only
concerned
person
about
he cares
himself.
about is himself. So at some point, he's going to give in to his flesh, like he's been doing, and utilizing his free will and not sacrificing. He's not going to sacrifice this need he has to be with other women to satisfy his wife or his kids. If he was going to do it, he would have did it back in August and September when she found out about the first women. I don't think she knew about this chick that started in October. So if he was going to make a sacrifice, he would have did it then. And then we can say he's healing or he's changing. But the fact that he got a whole nother woman that he was with just a couple of weeks ago, it ruins it all for me. And then it makes her look even more crazy. And I think a lot of us Black women are watching her too. We're watching her. We're watching her. We're praying for her, but we're watching her.
That's true.
You know what I think they're going to do? I think that they're going to pivot this from Derrick Jaxn pandering to single Black women, because that's literally who his audience base was. So now they're going to they're going to go to couples. I promise you. They're going to tag team. She's going to be the stand by her man, and he's going to be the man who did wrong and was forgiven. That is going to be the new outlet of their relationship, because there is just no way that him being able to pander just to women is going to work, especially since things keep coming back out. But this whole stand by your man, I forgave him, and just the rhetoric that she uses, because although he speaks of Bible quotes and scriptures, he is nowhere as hyper religious as she is. And the way she weaponizes the Bible to justify his bad behavior is a problem. But a lot of people will do that to say, to justify this. Just, my suffering is just like Jesus. I was like, no, it ain't. Don't you ever say that again. But okay, girl. But I think they're going to now, morph into this power couple of he did wrong and I stood by my man. Girl, stand by your man.
Right.
Holy power couple.
That's gonna be that.
The reason why they can do that is, once again, we can't get away from the fact that in America, particularly Black people, we are religiously oriented from the time that we're born, whether it's Christianity, whatever it may be. And what are we taught in Christianity? We are taught that we should forgive, we should sacrifice because Jesus sacrificed. So when you grow up and you get that information, that doctrine in your mind, people like Derrick Jaxn and his wife, and there's been many others before them, have been able to capitalize on the forgiveness factor that Black people do have in us, in our makeup. And that's where they can cash in on this situation. When you say about the couples therapy, they're probably going to do it. Let me just say this, and I'm going to get off the panel because you guys have a wonderful show. I think Derrick Jaxn is going through what he's going through because I don't think he can handle the attention he's getting. And I'm going to tell you why. How many of you remember that Derrick Jaxn was not always the Derrick Jaxn that he looks like today? He was a chubby guy.
Yeah.
He is what we call, especially in YouTube, a man who's built himself up physically, the whole 9 yards. So this is a guy who maybe a long time ago, women probably didn't pay too much attention to him. And then as he started to build himself up in popularity and physicality and the whole 9 yards, and he began to, blossom, because some men and women are late blossomers. They look better as they get older or what have you, build themselves up. I think once he built himself up, he started to get attention from women that he never had probably got previously until that time. And then some guys can't handle the attention that they're now getting. It's almost like being in a candy store, because for so long they weren't the chosen guy, and now they are the chosen guy, and it becomes addictive, like drugs. So that's a side note to Derrick Jaxn's psyche. But I'm going to get off the platform now. I just wanted to throw a few words in. You guys have a wonderful platform here, and thank you
for stopping by.
Thank you for stopping by.
Always a pleasure.
Oh, no doubt. I appreciate you all. Thank you.
So I wanted to say this for like that. It was a couple of things I wanted to say, but with the Danae, I feel like I think when he got with her, she probably was already lost herself. She already divided herself. When she mentioned about the traumatic experience she has as a child or something that happened to her, I think from that point on, it just devoid her own self. So she didn't really get the help that she needed to even ground herself, because I don't think she would have stayed with him if she was really grounded to herself and say, you know what, I'm not gonna deal with this and everything like that and move on. So he got with her knowing that she was really broken, and then she used the deep brain religion to, I think, cover up the fact that she can't really grasp the reality that she's in, what she's in now with her husband. So she had to use that as a blanket. So I don't think she's using it as a strength for her to move forward with him. I think she uses it as a thing to safeguard her. It's like coping mechanism to actually get through the thing. That's why she had never left. And she knowing that, she knows that that's what she is. A grain of spirituality was called spiritual. It meant that he's using that today, that she can use that. That's why she's coming on every time she go on video saying, I'm this is that. Make a different scriptures put together doesn't make sense together. It makes sense as an individual, but not as together. She's using that all bunched up and say, oh, this is the word. And people say, oh, wow. So now it makes it look weird how she's coming about it after all is said and done. Now, with this thing, I think it's not going anywhere because a lot of, like I said, a lot of females already walked into the image of who he is. Not the reality of the person, the ideal of Jackson. So it's not going to lose his number because I don't think his numbers got dropped down yet. It's just people still like, okay, even when this came out, a lot of females got that mentality. I said, oh, yes, the anybody man doing this, doing that, and it's not going to be any detrimental to him. The only way he will lose all his control is just like Martell. He lost all control because Melody took the control off for him. He's a narcissist himself. So Derrick Jaxn, the only way he will drop is Danae will get that compound strength to leave him and know all the to take away from him and everything. And all the ladies will understand that, no, we not follow behind you. And then he will start feeling that he's not in control anymore. Because right now he's in control. Despite this messiness that's happening, he's very much in control. So it has to be somewhere that people got to say, you know what, we can't be fooled by you with your good looks and everything. So people get rid of that, then stuff will not be falling in his place. So I do agree with y'all saying. Next step for him is to get with his wife because he knew his wife will stay with him. As long as his wife stay with him, he's gonna have that maintain control, and it's not gonna really happen. And he just gonna let the side down and come out with someone, and they will say, "Oh yeah, that's fine." That's normalizing. You go through this happens, and that's it.
Or Danae could just pull a snap or Danae could just pull a snap and go ahead and go to town on a joker and just cut him real quick. I don't know.
That might be what happens because she, you know, again, we're all discussing it, but she is literally suffering.
Right.
Like we sitting up here chilling right now. You know, we all done ate, we feeling good. We might, some of us might even have a drink or two. And she's at home right now suffering. She emotionally, she's suffering. She probably cried a lot. I'm sure she pray a lot. You know, like I said, I'm sure she pray a lot, but she probably doing a lot of crying and a lot of being sad and miserable.
I agree with you, Renita. I pray to God that there is no child out there because I don't think she'll be able to handle that. You remember in her post, she said she was having murderous, suicidal thoughts and all of that. Like,
he's not gonna stop. I don't think he's gonna stop, and that's gonna be next. The kid is gonna be next, and then she's gonna be sitting up telling us that it's okay to take the kid in and raise it. I don't know, but I'm just saying. No, we're watching her, and most
the one mistress had already said she had got pregnant. The one got pregnant. The one mistress said she got pregnant. He made her have an abortion. Like he was like,
no. She said she wanted the abortion. He didn't want her to have the abortion.
That's the second one. No, that's the second one that just came out. Yes,
it was
the original one. Around this time last year.
We're still talking about him.
Around this time. Around this time
last him up and throw him away.
I was saying,
yes, throw him away.
Around this same time last year, there was a woman that came to Tasha K with the story. Tasha K went to Derrick Jaxn and tried to let him know that this woman is coming out saying this and this because they used to be cool. He did not respond back to her. Instead, he went and made a video slandering Tasha K, talking about she messy, how she always in the middle of stuff, whoop whoop, yada yada yada. So she never came out with that story because she was like, oh, okay, I tried to help your bitch ass out. So like she said, baby, she couldn't wait to spill the tea on this one right here, because now she's got a woman that's actually going to come forth and say something. Because when she asked the woman last year, did you want to come forth on my show or on my radio show and say it, the woman got scared. The woman was going to at first, it was 2 women. They were going to at first, but afterwards they ended up backing out for whatever reason. I don't know if he went up and showed up on the grass at their house and threatened them or whatnot. But even this last one, he sent her text messages saying that if anybody tries to contact you, this blogger, she's been out to get me for a year now. And if anybody calls you and asks you about it, just say you don't know anything. So the nigga he been laying it low, spreading it wide. It was just his
My
time
mind is
to get caught.
blown.
Perpetrator. He's a perpetrator. He is a
So he could have had several kids.
Yes.
Like literally walking around right now.
Yes.
It's nothing. I don't have nothing else
we don't
to
even
say.
know.
I really don't. I don't have nothing else to say. I'm done.
Well,
I'm done.
I can take some advice from the wife. You know what I'm saying? Just dress up like a no limit soldier, put your hat of salvation on, and fight them demons. I thought I told you.
She need to go watch some of his videos. That's what she need to do.
Nah,
she need to
she don't
binge
need to
watch
watch
his
it.
videos.
And you know what? That's another thing. Just think, what are the conversations that they have after you done went and you done posted some shit about how to tell if he's a narcissist and how you don't need to be with these men to do this. Like, do she come in, like, when a nigga come in the house and she just sitting there like, bitch ass nigga, I know you did.
What you doing? Where you been?
No, she's not looking at him like that. And
She like,
not
baby,
looking at him like that.
Oh my gosh, that was so beautiful. Oh my, the way you just spoke a word.
Like, is she praising
I can't hold.
him?
Yes, she is. Like a fool.
Oh, so listen, he got the right one. He got the right one.
Yeah,
he got the right one.
They say there is somebody for everybody, and them two go together. I guess let them do what they do on their merry little happy way. Cause I mean, not to be funny, none of us got to get with them. So I mean, technically, shoot, let her have them.
Yeah. He got the right one.
At all. He just needs to be silent. He just needs to be gone for about a year or so and come back as a woman or some shit. I don't know.
No,
I think his time is just.
Listen, I'm loving all the people that's trolling him over it. Lil Duval, everybody is just trolling. Everybody that he talked bad about, Charlamagne, everybody is like, oh, look at that fall from grace. You done fell down.
Who was that pastor? Was it Pastor Gary Gray? Was like, I remember when you put my shit out there like that. But I ain't gonna do you like that, brother. God bless you. God
He
bless
said,
you.
what you're not gonna do.
What you're not gonna do is put my indiscretions out there and think I ain't gonna say something to you. I like what Ray 2 says. Ray 2 said, I'm just glad he's the same guy that built his career upon speaking on women. You got your damn downfall and your karma from that. That's what he did.
Young lady who came out with the video, and she was saying, Derrick used her as an example, saying that a woman that forgives her husband for cheating is weak and is this and that. And she came out and she was like, Derrick, weren't you the same person who told me I was stupid for forgiving my husband?
Yes.
Aren't you the same person that told me that I was stupid underneath the house of God to forgive my husband? Now you're telling your wife today she went in. I never knew the video happened. I had to go back and research it. But yeah, he did a whole dissertation on why she was stupid because she was another YouTube entity, you know what I'm saying? He just drug her all underneath the fence. And now, what is he doing? He wants his wife to do the same thing that she did, but she was on sound mind. She wasn't brainwashed. She wasn't in the cult, allegedly. She wasn't allegedly in the cult. But Derrick's wife is kind of like brainwashed, you know what I'm saying, in my opinion.
He just used her for his gain. He don't respect her. Like he used her for his gain, and he knows she's not gonna leave. So that's why he's moving the way he's moving, because he knows his wife's not leaving him. That's what they take.
He's torturing her. He's torturing her. He's an asshole, and I think he should go to hell. And now he just
say that again.
You said they said he was a Cancer.
A Cancer, not
Yeah,
my
I
kind.
fuck with.
Oh, he's
Not
a
my
Cancer.
kind.
Oh
He a
yeah.
Cancer on her.
Not
Nope.
my damn kind. Don't you put that
We
evil
no,
on me,
okay.
Ricky Bobby.
We
Don't you do
denounced him.
it.
We
No,
denounced
he's
him.
the literal
The Sagittarius,
Cancer.
the
He's the
Scorpio,
literal
together.
Cancer in their
Don't
whole
you put that
marriage.
evil on me.
You hear what
Hey,
42
Jackson,
said?
what's happening?
He's the
So
literal
I just
Cancer.
was reading this
This is the
from a
kind of
girl,
shit
and
he
she was
puts
telling
out,
me
y'all.
about, this guy that she's dating. She's like 21, 22, so they're fairly young. But it seems like his insecurities are getting in the way of them getting into a relationship. He seems interested, but it's always something that seems like he's trying to keep himself detached in a sense, like there's some type of insecurity. She so happens to be like a really pretty girl and intelligent, accomplished, all this other shit as well. So she's thinking that he may just be kind of intimidated. And what I told her was, it's like, he may get over this. This may be something that he settles in and gets used to you or whatever. But the biggest thing is, are you willing to pay the price that it's going to take for you to wait for him to get over it, if he'll ever get over it? And right now, you need to also understand that, when you see those insecurities, it's a result of fear. And fear is probably the result of him believing that you can do better than him, that he's not on your level. Typically when we're talking about fear, natural human response is fight or flight. Flight being the most fearful response, at least what we associate with fear. And it comes in the form, when we're talking about dating, in the form of emotional detachment. Let me keep myself from getting in a relationship. Let me try to bring up things that you're probably doing with other guys, things that will, make my ego be the problem.
It's like you can't even take this nigga serious no more.
No.
And whose house is he parked in front of? Another one of his bitches?
Another one
Probably.
of his. Now we know that this one. Where is it? This one was one that he took in front of the mistress.
What's good, y'all? Derrick Jaxn here. So I got a question recently that I actually get quite a bit. It was a woman asking D, how do you know whenever a guy is genuine, like sincerely has you on his mind when he's telling you these things like, oh, you're always on my mind, I'm thinking about you. How do you know whenever he's being for real? So I'm gonna tell you some signs, but first let me be very honest with you. Sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. Like, it's a bad thing whenever it's obsessive, it's controlling, it's a part of his insecurities. He has nothing going on in his life, so yeah, you're on his mind. But there are 7 signs and how to know whenever you're genuinely on a man's mind in a good way, in a way that's going to translate into value into the relationship. The first way to know that you're genuinely on that man's mind in a good way is whenever he's constantly looking for ways to make your life a little easier. Not carry you through life and things like that. I'm just talking about as a man, when we're in touch with our masculine nature, in the correct proportion that we're supposed to be, we're problem solvers, we're resolution finders. We cannot just hear about something not going as well as it needs to go, especially for somebody that we care.
This is the shit that he preaches, y'all.
Auntie Bubba, did you just go and double tap and like the video? Is that what you did?
Oh, hell no. I bet not. I know you
I'm joking.
lying. No, girl. But yeah, y'all. Derrick Jaxn, I feel betrayed. I feel hoodwinked and fucking bamboozled because I was one that believed in him. I was one that, I'm not gonna lie, at certain times that I was going through things, and he gave me a word a couple times. I'm not gonna lie, he gave me a word a couple times. But now it's like finding out that Santa Claus ain't real. That's some bullshit. Like, all this time, I believed in you. I had faith in you. Even though, yes, we are not supposed to put people on pedestals and all that. But, I mean, I'm going to be honest. He was somebody who I really did. I just thought
you can still take the message. You don't have to take. You can kick the messenger to the curb and take the message. Because he did. He made. He was trying to talk women into valuing themselves more. And yes, I get that his wife didn't, but I'm not his wife. So I took his word to, he's right. Well, I should value myself more. I can't just now all of a sudden say that everything he said was a bunch of garbage, because it wasn't. But he's a piece of garbage. It's just like R. Kelly and his music. Some people still listen to his music.
Yeah, but I can't.
Michael Jackson.
Listen,
still listen to his music.
You know what they say? They say the best person to teach you how to spot a con man is another con man. He shows you what to do because he does it. So he can easily tell you what it is.
Y'all
he
better
just
not
showing
throw
you
his
how.
messages away.
It
Right,
is
right.
true, Sunshine. His messages that you
can't
get
take away from them. It's just that practice what you're preaching. You can't
We
take
just
that.
don't want to hear from him no more.
Yeah, we can't take the message. He may, like I said, he may get some good advices, but that advice is authentic now because now you're not practicing what your advice is given. So just like if I go into a counselor and she trying to tell me how to do something, you're not doing the same thing. You can't tell me to stop drinking. And so like if I'm not an alcoholic, but if I was an alcoholic, you can't say to stop drinking, and when you up here buy some 3 or 4 bottles a day in your thing, you're alcoholic trying to counsel.
Yeah.
Not alcoholic. So it's
You're
the
right.
message could be the same, it's good, but when you not practice it, it comes it doesn't make the messages any authentic to me when you are listening to it because it's not coming across because you're not being sincere. Just like that. Yeah, good
Didn't
advice.
your mama ever tell you as a kid, do as I say, not as I do? Didn't your mama ever tell you that? He is just a living example. Is do as I say, not as I do. That's him all day, every day. Just a living, breathing, do as I say, not as I do. Because I'm trash.
They still right, Sunshine, but they still preaching from the Bible. And I always believe the Bible. I believe the words in it. So just because my pastor is a piece of crap, don't mean that the Bible is too.
Yeah, the
so
word.
that's how I'm looking at it. That's how I'm looking at it.
It's true.
That's true.
But it's different when you put that message and tied it to the person instead of tied separated from the message.
Absolutely.
You tied it to the
So
person.
y'all gonna let him come back and give y'all advice more
to the person, not to the message. That's what it was. It was back.
Yeah, you got to separate the two.
Allow him to come back? Are you gonna allow him to come back and be your relationship guru again about 6 months?
Hell no.
That nigga can't tell me the time, much less what to do in my relationship.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
He can't even suggest a restaurant to me, much less how to handle my relationship. You better
Why?
get
He can't tell me the sky blue. He can't tell me the sky blue.
He can't suggest a restaurant. He take all his peppers to different restaurants. He probably eat out more than me or you. He know all the good spots to go
I don't want
to.
the cheetah combo. I don't want the lead low spread it wide combo with the extra fries. No, thank you.
You know what? I think what bothers me is like they'll take a scripture from Genesis, a scripture from Job, a scripture from Revelations, a scripture, and you be like, and then you put it all together. Like that's not what that says. Like that's not. That's how did you?
That's why we got to read it
to
ourselves.
me what it said exactly. So I'm like, because even in the wife post when she was posting stuff, I was like, that don't say that. Let me grab my work. That is not. That goes with this and this go with that. And so the piecing things together for me is what's problematic on the wife side. I agree with you 100%. Miss 42, she needs to lean on the Lord truly. Not for whatever stuff she got going on. Truly lean on him. But she needs therapy. She needs
not for protection.
No,
she needs deprogramming. She needs a therapist to help deprogram some of that brainwashing and to lean on the Lord. Like
I like what Mizzle said. Yeah. He said she's leaning on the Lord for the protection, and we're supposed to, but it's like she's using it as a shield as opposed to using it to help her, because I tell you something else, I believe that if she prayed, God would tell her she needs to leave that man too.
Okay,
he'll make the way.
Absolutely.
So she needs to, that's what I mean when I say she really needs to be laser focused on him, because he'll tell her what to do, and then he'll make the way for it to happen. She'll have the money for the divorce. She'll have another place to go to if she gotta leave. You know, I mean, things will work out for her.
I hope she pray for patience and not for strength. Because if she pray for strength, she lining to knock the shit out of his ass. I know I pray for patience every day. I don't pray for strength. Lord, don't make me strong, because I'm gonna use these fists of fury to hurt somebody. Give me patience. Okay.
Not a homicide.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? But we gonna keep up with this, y'all, because I have a feeling that there are going to be a lot more that comes out with this. I have a feeling we're not done discussing this Derrick Jaxn saga. I feel like there's more women that's going to come out. Maybe even now that there's a this third woman that has come out and said she was pregnant. Maybe now the two original women that Tasha K, got this from last year. Maybe they will feel confident enough to come out or comfortable or whatnot. But yeah, Derrick, you fucked up, dog.
Yeah.
You fucked up, Derrick. You really fucked up.
Bad. But you know what? He know it. He know it. That's why he's scrambling. He's scrambling.
That's why he's trying to clean up.
Yeah, and you see he tweeted something that says slander me, not her. Well, you shouldn't have bought her on there looking like she just got through baking cookies. Like I said, when he did that video with her, he only did it. First of all, he only just posted her. Their anniversary was in January, and I did some little investigation myself. He didn't post her for their anniversary last year, the year before that, or the year before that. This January was the first time he has ever posted her on his social media at all.
Looking like a G.I. Joe up on the whole social media, looking like she about to storm Cobra Kai and
I'm
shit.
telling you, baby, when I seen her, I was like, where is the tank? Where is Mystical? Where's Master P? And Mia X? She is out here about it. And she was ready. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even being funny when I say that, but
she's scary to me. She's scared. Like I would be nervous. He should be nervous.
Yeah, she gonna kill his ass in his sleep. Yeah,
he better sleep with one eye open. He better sleep with one eye open.
I don't know, both of them. He might
maybe
sleep
she gonna
with both
headbutt that nigga with the helmet of salvation.
What?
Wow, take us out. Bless you in the name of Jesus, baby, with the helmet of salvation. She ain't got
I know that's right.
But y'all, don't forget, read The Coldest Winter Ever. We're gonna be talking about that at the end of next month. Sister Soldier, The Coldest Winter Ever. Next Sunday is the Versus battle with the Isley Brothers and Earth, Wind, and Fire. Y'all, we're gonna have us a little party or something. Drink us some
Next Sunday
Earth
is
and
also
Jerk.
Easter, guys. So don't
It's
forget
Easter Sunday. Yes.
I didn't realize that.
We can't get too ratchet because that's the day Daddy rose.
Oh my gosh,
it's a celebration though. It's a celebration.
What we gonna do?
Yeah.
What you saying?
It's gonna be quarantine Easter. What we gonna do?
We gonna have us a party for the Isley Brothers or something, but I want to stream it on here. I don't give a damn. That video ain't gonna get monetized. I'm gonna turn the monetization off for that. Just so we can some Isley Brothers and some Earth, Wind, and Fire, baby. That's gonna take me back. But y'all, that's all I had. Did y'all have anything else y'all needed to add for tonight? I enjoyed it as always. I enjoyed y'all, everybody that came through. We even got some new eyes that came through. Cass 0705.
Welcome.
Nikki Taylor came through. I'm saying I appreciate y'all for coming in and rocking with the fam. But if that's all y'all had, that's all I had, and we're gonna see y'all next week Sunday.
And thank you for Tracy, the substitute teacher. Thank you for rolling
Thank
through.
you for Tracy.
Oh,
yes. Thank you for
Okay.
information, man. Yes. Thank you to information man for stopping by, blessing us with his presence as well. I like him, y'all. He's real informative. He blends in good with us. I like him. We're gonna have to have him back soon. But y'all, that's all we got. Real Queens, Real Talk with the Gentleman's Perspective. We're gonna see y'all next week Sunday. Y'all get ready. Have your little red cups for the Isley Brothers and all that, y'all. It's gonna go down, okay?
Yeah.
All righty.
Have
a good night, y'all.
Next Sunday. Good night, y'all.